noususyökkäyksen mukaan kiekkoon kiinni. Tiukasti. Karvaa nyt Montreal, hakee tasoitusta tuon Robitaillin aloitusosuman jälkeen. Stefan Lebeau toisesta päästä. Kiekko pystyy nopealla siirrolla sitten Damhusille, mutta se menee pitkäksi aina Sitnikille saakka. Kohta 10 minuuttia pelattu ottelun ensimmäistä erää. Gretzky kiekon perään ja Los Angeles johtaa 1-0.
Niin, ja kun katsotaan tuo Jari Kurin liikehtimestä tuolla kentällä, niin kyllä tuo puolustusvastuun ottaminen on aivan esimerkillistä häneltä. Totta kai taktiikka on luotu sen mukaan ja hänen ohjeensa pelata tuota peliä juuri sen mukaan, mutta se, että mies ehtii olemaan hyökkäysten kärkenä tuolla päättämässä laukauksella hyökkäyksiä ja sitten myös puolustaa aktiivisesti osoittaa sitä, että mies on kyllä suuren tehtävän edessä ja hoitaa suuremmoista tuota tehtävää.
Roy pysäyttää kiekon J.J. Dagnon, nähty Kanadan olympiajoukkueessakin. Sitten tulee Ronan. Kova laukaus Rudille, mutta ohi maalin. Mutta itse pitäisi kiekko pyörii tuolla John Leclerc. Ei pääse kiekkoon käsiksi, eikä siihen pääse oikein Carbonokaan. Sitten tulee keskelle paikka. Paikka tulee Liimanille, Gary Liimanille. Maller on tullut jäälle ja yleensä huokuu ja vaatii rangaistusta. Kiekko pyörii. Los Angeles saa sen purettua, Blake painaa toiselle laidalle. Ja vihdoin viimein sitten pääsee Los Angeles pinteestä. Dagnon hakee kiekon omalta alueelta. Tavoitteli siinä Lebeauta. De Pietro ja kiekko yli reunuksen. 9.52 pelaamatta ottelun ensimmäistä erää. Los Angeles johtaa 1-0. Aloitukseen tulossa jälleen sitten Kanaker, Taylor. Tämä ketju eli neljällä ketjukoostumuksella. Ainakin tässä ensimmäisessä erässä Barry Melrose yrittää pitää vauhtia yllä ja se on selvä tietysti niin kuin Kimmo totesi. Montreal on levännyt, pelasi ainoastaan 5 ottelua välierässä. Los Angeles pelasi 7 kivikovaa ottelua, useita jatkoaikoja ja sitten todella erinomaisesti vedyttäytyi jälleen Ruudi Torontoa vastaan ja varmasti ainakin näin alkuvaiheessa tässäkin ottelussa totta kai voitosta pelataan, mutta Melrose antaa vastuuta tasaisesti koko joukkueelle ja haluaa antaa näille avainpelaajille ehkä lepoaika ainakin vielä tässä vaiheessa peliä.
No aivan varmasti näin, ja itse asiassa kun käydään kaikki nämä 3 sarjaa, miten joukkueet saivat tiensä raivattua tämän loppuotteluihin, niin 2 ensimmäistä sarjaahan Montreal voitti puhtaasti 4-0, kun taas Los Angeles pelasi 4-2 otteluita, eli jokaisessa sarjassa on tullut 2 ottelua enemmän kuin vastustajalle, eli se on 6 ottelua tähän mennessä enemmän, ja se ei voi olla vaikuttamatta heidän pelipanoksensa tietyllä tavalla, mutta toisaalta heillä on pelituntuma koko aika ollut, ja toinen joukkue on sitten pystynyt lepäämään, eli nyt on suuri kysymysmerkki se, että kuinka Montreal saa luistelunsa käyntiin, koska nimenomaan luistelulla New York Islanders kukistui aika lailla helpon tuntuisesti loppujen lopuksi.
Ja tämä luisteluhan on ollut näiden lentävien ranskalaisten tavaramerkki seuran perustamisesta lähtien. Montreal on ainoa seura, joka on jäljellä siitä ensimmäisestä NHL-kaudesta, joka pelattiin kaudella 1917. Seura on perustettu, kun kiekko katsomoon ja siitä tulee muuten sitä rangaistus. Pelin viivyttämisestä Rudy. Ja tässä itse mies toteaa harmistuneena, mitä tuli tehtyä. Itse asiassa oikeastaan ohjaa kiekon, eihän hän tahallaan sitä siinä ammu. Estää tilanteen ja kiekko pois. Ainoastaan, että se lentää nyt katsomoon ja se tuo hänelle peliviivytystä 2 minuutin rangaistus.
Ja näin siis 2 minuutin rangaistus tuosta tulee kiekko eli lavassa sen aikaa, että Ruudi ampui sitä tarkoituksenaan pleksin kautta tai tuon lasin kautta selvittää kiekko väljemmille vesille, mutta niin kiekko nousi pystyyn ja lensi katsomon puolelle ja tuomio on ankara. Niin se on tuossa sääntökirjan mukaan merkittykin ja näin sitä tuomitaan, eli 2 minuutin rangaistus peliviivyttämisestä ja nyt sitten Montreal Canadiensillä on ylivoimatilanne.
Ja Montrealin jäällä Kirk Muller nyt keskushyökkäjänä, Vincent Damhus on Brian Bellows. Toisena puolestaan täällä Patrice Brisebois ja Damhus pelaa viivalla. Bellows, Muller ja varsin hyvin pyörittää peliä tässä juuri nyt Brisebois. Bellows, pelätty maalintekijä. Ja Gilbert Dion on siellä sitten vahvana voimakkaana pelaajana vielä maalilla. Montrealhan on ollut legendaarisia pelimiehiä vaikka kuinka paljon ja nimenomaan ylivoimapeli on ollut eräs sen lääkkeitä. hyviä maalintekijöitä. Nytkin kun Mari McSorley sitten, siinä olisi ollut 2-1 vastaan tilanne, mutta McSorley tuhrii tuon tilanteen ja tavallaan Taylorkin luistelee sinne liian hitaasti ja tilanne valuu hukkaan.
Tilanne valuu hukkaan, mutta tietysti siinä jäntereessä painaa väsymys tuossa paikassa ja siinä katsoivat pelaajat parhaimmaksi lähteä vaihtoon, päästää tuoreita miehiä kentälle ja antaa kiekko tuonne päätyyn kuin se, että lähtee väsyneenä tuonne ja mahdollisesti menettää kiekkoa ja joutua sitten katselemaan tuolta ylivoimahyökkäyksen syntyä ja mahdollista maalia.
Puoli minuuttia vielä Montrealilla aikaa ylivoimalla tasoittaa peliä. Jean Leclerc, mutta hän hukkaa kiekkoon, tulee Gretzky takaa. Blake rauhallisesti pelaa, suurella itseluottamuksella pelaa tällä hetkellä Los Angeles, kun Roy pysäyttää kiekon. Sean Hill, amerikkalaispuolustaja, työntää kiekko laittaan. Siellä etenee hänen puolustajatoverinsa Schneider ja sitten tulee Jari erittäin hyvä pystysyöttö. Voi. Gretzky odottaa siinä turhaan, eikä ota kiekkoa ennen keskiviivaa.
Mies, josta on kehuttu, että hän on maailman paras kiekkoilija, varmaan hän sitä onkin, tai ainakin on ollut omana aikanaan. Jos tänä päivänä joku on sitä parempi, niin kai nuovat sitä makuasioita, mutta kun katsoo tuota äskeistä tilannetta, niin harvoin Gretzkin näkee tekevän tuollaista virhettä. Eli hän luistelee alta pois, kun Jari antaa normaaliin paikkaan kiekon, mihinkä hän on varmasti satoja kertoja tälle miehelle kiekon työntänyt, ja siitä ollaan lähdetty sitten läpiajoon ja ylivoimatilanteeseen ties mihinkä, mutta tällä kertaa Gretzky ei sitten malta, vaan hän liukuu alta pois ja näin tuo tilanne valuu hukkaan.
Subchak taistelee kiekon itselleen, Granato hänen parinaan alivoimassa. Vielä muutama sekunti rangaistusaikaa jäljellä tuota Ruoan rangaistusta. Ja sitten Ruoa painaa kiekon alleen. Granato on siinä hyvin, samoin on Hadi ja McSorley. Los Angelesin vaihtopenkki, ainakaan siellä vielä ei näy. Sidoria, Sitnik on siinä edessä ja Waters. Ja toivotaan nyt, että todella tässä tulee muuten tuo tilanne vielä uudestaan, jossa Sidor saa kiekon kasvoihinsa.
Orlana yrittää ampua kiekkoa tuonne päätyyn, mutta se nousee niin nopeasti ja suoraan vastustajan päätä kohti ja näin tuo onneton Sidor saa sitten kiekon suoraan tuohon seutuville ja siinähän todellakin on sitten taas aina tuo kallisarvoiset hampaat kysymyksessä. Toki ammattilaisurheilu ja ammattilaispelaajille kuuluu hampaiden menetys, mutta ei sitä kellekään voisi toivoa, koska se on monimutkainen kivulias prosessi tehdä sitten uudet hampaat ja tietysti se käy pussin päällekin tai kehvän päälle vielä lisäksi.
McSorley taistelee maalin takana, saa sitten vahvasti taisteltua kiekon itselleen. Millen painaa laitaan. Eli Millenin ketju jäällä Los Angelesilla. Hadi McSorleyn parina nyt. Jonkun verran ovat nämä parit menneet Los Angelesilla nimenomaan tuon Sidorin loukkaantumisen takia sekaisin. Granato ja perään polkee Donnelly. Millen myöskin hyvin mukana, mutta Montreal saa kiekon. Di Pietrolesta yritetään laidalla pelata, mutta se ei ikinä tule. Siellä on 3 mustapaitaa välissä. Brisbois painaa miehensä laittaan. Takaa tulee Ronan, vankka laitahyökkäjä Ronan. Mutta takaisin. Painetta lisää Charlie Hadi ja 1-0 johtaa vierasjoukkue. Danjo laitaan Dionelle. Pietro jään pintaan ja en tiedä, eikä tule jäähyä. Ei tule jäähyä tuosta tilanteesta. Blake kiekon perään. Rudy pysäyttää sen. Molemmilla joukkoilla vaihto kesken. Sandström ei saa kiekkoa mukaansa. Sen sijaan se saa Montreal vaan hyvä jättö ja takaa tulee Schneiderin laukaus. Todella hyvin pelattu tilanne ja vastahyökkäykseen jälleen Gretzky. Blake on mukana, Sandström on mukana, mutta siellä on viimeisenä lukkona Roy.
Gretzky vetti ottaa siinä riskin tai laski omalla tavallaan, että kun hän ampuu tuosta tilanteesta, niin saattaa olla, että kiekko kimpoaa eteenpäin, jolloin 2 omaa pelaajaa on tulossa tilanteeseen mukaan ja pääsevät vetämään siitä sitten mahdollisen reboundin, mutta tämä hyökkäys, mistä nyt sitten Denis Savard järjestelee tuonne toiseen päähän, niin tämä on ensimmäinen varsinainen hyvä Montrealin hyökkäys, tyypillinen Montrealin hyökkäys, eli kiekkoa tuodaan voimakkaasti ylöspäin kovalla vauhdilla ja siirretään sivusyöttö ja suora veto siitä, eli jolloin maalivahti joutuu liikahtamaan jonkun verran ja on ehkä tasapainosta pois hetken aikaa. Ja tässä tulee vastaavasti taas toinen tilanne tuossa. Enemmän toivotaan, että kiekko tulisi eteenpäin omille pelaajille, jotka saisivat sitten sohia sitä kuin se, että pääsisi sommittelemaan muuta kuvia.
Ehkä Gretzky otti siinä varmaan päälle sikäli, että molemmat miehet sekä Sandström että Blake olivat siinä sen verran pidettyä, että hän otti ratkaisun omiin käsinsä. Brune syöttää keskelle. Carbonneau tulee siitä väkisinkin. Carbonneau on joukkueen kapteeni ja Ruoan ohella siis ainoa muinaisiainen, jos tämmöistä sanaa voi käyttää vuoden 1986 voitosta. Carbonneau joukkueensa vanhimpia pelaajia. 33-vuotias tällä hetkellä. Muutoinhan Montrealin joukkue on todella nuori ja lupaava. Puolustajat kaikki muut ovat tuollaista 23-24 ikäluokkaa. Ja kuvaruutuhan kertoo sitten, että Canadiens pelaa jo 35. finaalia.
35. finaali kertoo sitä, että tässä rakennuksessa, joka 1968 koki tämän uudistumisensa, eli rakennettiin silloin lähes ajanmukaiseksi, mutta uutta halliahan tuonne suunnitellaan tuohonkin kaupunkiin, niin 35. kerta huokuu historiaa tästä rakennuksesta ja tradiitiosta ja arvokkuudesta, ties mistä. Kun kävelee Montreal Canadiensin pukusuojaan, niin siellä seinät huokuvat sitä mentaliteettia, mikä tuolla on ollut, ja nimenomaan voittavien pelaajien ja voittajien hikeä on vielä jäljellä seinissä, ja siellä on kyllä aika nöyrä olla kenen tahansa, kuka sinne pääsee käymään.
Varmasti on, ja kyllähän tämäkin joukkueen nuoret pelaajat tuntevat tuon paineen. Kuri nousee hyvin keskeltä, harhauttelee, ja Jarilla luistelu näyttää kulkevan peliltä lähes entistä paremmin, ja se on selvää, että sekä joukkueen että miehen oma menestys tuo lisää puhtia. Sitten heittäytyy jäähän, kaatuu siinä itse asiassa Robitaille, mutta peli jatkuu. En tiedä, saiko hän jonkun iskun kasvoihinsa. Joka tapauksessa on nyt siellä keskikentällä pystyssä ja uudestaan tulossa mukaan. Vai hakiko hän tuossa ehkä mahdollisesti jäähyä? En tiedä. Kuolevan joutsen lailla Robitaille sitä kuitenkin lensi.
No joka tapauksessa kypärään voisi päästä, että kyllä sinne jonkunnäköinen isku on tullut sitten häneen ja niin hän siitä kaatuu. Ja on nyt varmasti sitten ranskalais-kanalaisena pelaajana myös tuolta ja tapuraan menee ja tökkii tuolla vähän kaikkia pelaajia niin kuin näkyy ja yrittää kostaa tilannetta. Toivottavasti nyt pelaaja pysyy nahoissaan eikä aiheuta mitään suurempaa harmia vastapuolelle eikä omallekaan. Mutta jäähy on joka tapauksessa tulossa, koska tuolla on maali tyhjänä ja tuomarin käsi on ylhäällä. Ja hetken päästä varmasti näemme, kuka tuo rangaistuspelaaja on. Siinä oli hetken aikaa aika sekava tilanne keskikentällä ja en oikein tiedä, mitä siinä tapahtui. Mutta tuolta myös näytetään sinne, eli tämä on meidän kaikkien Jari Kuri, joka nyt sitten ohjataan jäähypenkille.
4:06 pelaamatta todella jäähylle Jari Kurri tilanteesta, joka tuolla pelin kiihkeydessä tapahtui. Ilmeisesti kiinni pitäminen on Jarin jäähyn syynä. 15:54, siis pelattu ensimmäistä erää. Kuri, joka on eräs vastuunkantajia, niitä tärkeimpiä jäähylle. Los Angeles johtaa 1-0 Luc Robitaillin maalilla. Robitaillista vielä sen verran, että hän on syntynyt ja kasvanut ja kotoisin nimenomaan tästä kaupungista, Montrealista. Siellä on koko laaja suku ja tuttavat varmasti lehtereillä seuraamassa, miten mies menestyy. Ja uskoisin kyllä, että Robitaillekin mieluummin varmasti ranskalais-kanalaiset pelaisi tuossa punasiini-valkoisessa paidassa kuin tässä mustaharmaassa.
No ainakin se, mitä hän haluaisi, vaikka sitä en uskalla sanoa, mutta ainakin se, mitä hän varmasti tällä hetkellä miettii, on se, että millä tuo Stanley Cupin voisi voittaa nimenomaan tässä rakennuksessa, koska se varmaan hänelle olisi erittäin tervetullut.
Kiinni pitäminen Jarin jäähyn syy, 15:54. Jari, joka tässä joku aika sitten täytti 33 vuotta. Voisin sanoa, että on oikeastaan tuollaista Los Angeles-joukkueen keski-ikää, koska joukkuehan on pääosiltaan yli 30. Tässä Pat Conacher, joka on 34-vuotias, eikä pelaa millään miljoonan sopimuksella, mutta voi kuinka suurella sydämellä mies pelaa.
Kyllä, vaikka tuohon vähäiseen kokoonsa nähden, niin hänellä on varmasti puolivartaloa on sydämen paikkaa varattu sinne. Mies taistelee ja antaa kaiken sen osaamisen jääkiekosta, mikä ikinä hänelle on suotu ja minkä hän on harjoittanut. Niin joukkueensa käyttöön ja nimenomaan näissä pudotuspeleissä hän on tullut myöskin arvoon arvaamattomaan.
Montreal lähtee samalla kuviolla jälleen. Nyt siellä on tosin Stéphane Lebeau jäällä, mutta Schneider puolustajana, siellä on Mahler, siellä on Bellows. Kova laukaus tulee sitten ja sieltä ampuu Lebeau. Maxoli purkaa ja saakin kiekon toiseen päähän. Brisebois kiekon perään, Patrice Brisebois. Tätä uutta puolustuskalustoa sitten Bellowsille ja Stéphane Lebeau kulkee perässä, polkee Bellows takaisin Lebeaulle. Bellows ja näin sitten ottaa Maxoli kiekon loppujen lopuksi. Purkaa tilanteen rauhallisesti laidan kautta toiseen päätyyn. Kiekko menee aina Patrick Roylle ja minuutti rangaistusaikaa jäljelle Jarilla. Los Angeles on kestänyt hienosti tämän. Waters ja Blake painaa kiekko sitten reunuksen kautta takaisin toiseen päähän. Ja jälleen on tullut sitten jo Granato. On tullut Subchak. Montreal jälleen vauhtiin. Gilbert Dion taakse, mutta paitsi on selkeästi tuo tilanne. Blake ja Dion ottavat vähän yhteen. Gary Leemankin menee sinne ronkkimaan. Mies, joka minun mielestäni on eräs NHL:n yliarvostetumpia kiekkoilijoita.
Näin pitää paikkansa, mies varattiin ensimmäisellä kierroksella Toronto Maple Leafsin riveihin aikanaan. Tulee tuolta Länsi-Kanadasta, Reginassa pelasi noin juniorikiekkoja ja jotenkin hänen arvostuksensa on kovin korkeata luokkaa ja hän oli silloin nuorten maailmanmestaruuskisoissakin joukkueessa ja etukäteen kun kohistiin siitä nuorten maailmanmestaruuskisoihin osallistuvasta joukkueesta, Gary Leemania pidettiin siinä aivan ylivoimaisen supertähtenä, mutta ei minä ainakaan kovia otteita hänen on nähnyt koskaan käyttävän. Sillä kyllä hän normaali rivimies on tuolla, mutta ei nyt aivan supertähden luokkaa, mitä hänestä on niin kuin väitetty, että hän maasta saattaisi olla.
Hän oli osana tuosta, minä kutsuisin sitä NHL:n suureksi puhallukseksi tuota kauppaa, jonka tekivät Calgary ja Toronto. Hän siirtyi silloin Torontosta Calgaryin ja Torontohan sai parhaan pelaajansa lähes moneen vuoteen lähes ehkä koskaan. Doug Gilmorein sai Jamie McCowanit ja kumppanit ja Torontosta meni sitten Calgaryin suurimpana tähtenä Gary Leeman, joka oli kyllä edellisellä kaudella tehnyt 50 maalia NHL:ssä ja se oli hänen merittinsä, mutta Calgaryssä hän epäonnistui totaalisesti ja nyt sitten oikeastaan lähes muodon vuoksi muutettiin ja sitten taas saa pelaaja kiekko kasvoinsa, siirtyi, kun Konaker saa kiekko kasvoinsa, siirtyi Montrealiin, kun Montrealista siirtyi sitten Calgaryin Brian Scruran keskushyökkäjä, mutta en usko, että tämä meidän kasvoissa ja vartalossa tässä vaiheessa, kun finaaleja pelataan, mikään tuntuu.
Ei varmastikaan tunnu, kyllä nyt pelataan voitosta viimeiseen saakka ja siinä pienet kolhut ja naarmut eivät merkitse yhtään mitään. Ja Jacques Demers on huolestuneen näköinen tässä vaiheessa ottelua. Hän miettii syntyjä syviä ja miettii sitä, että millä saataisiin tuo maalitili aukeamaan. Montrealin peli on ollut jotenkin takkuista. Kyllä luisteluvoimaa on jonkun verran löytynyt, mutta ehkä osittain täytyy antaa kyllä arvostusta Los Angelesin puolustuksellekin, että he ovat pystyneet pitämään kiekon ja miehen tuolla itsensä ja laidan välissä, eikä ole päästänyt tuohon keskelle maalintekopaikoille pelaajia. Eli Montrealta puuttuu oikeastaan nuo selvät maalintekopaikat lähes tyystin. Toki niitä ei kovin paljon Los Angelessäkään ole ollut, mutta Los Angeles on mielestäni enemmän pyrkinyt eliminoimaan vastustajahyökkäyksiä ja sitten katsonut, jos pystyy omia kehitelmiään kehittämään sen ohella.
Jari sitten jo jäällä ja Los Angeles täysilukuinen. Siinähän koskeekin kiekkoa, kun Di Pietro käynnistää sen omien puolustajien kautta. Leclerc sitten pystyyn. Ja sieltä tulee Ronan. Ja Ronanin... Oho! Meneekö se Gretzkin mailasta? Joka tapauksessa Ronan syöttää kiekko maalille. Ja ilmeisesti menee Gretzkin mailasta omaan maaliin. Ja näin peli on tasan.
No ei ole Gretzkikään montaa kertaa tätä tilannetta kokenut, jos se nyt hänen mailastaan sitten menee. Joka tapauksessa tilanne on hieman epäselvä, nopeasti se tulee ja Ronan ampuu maalia kohti, sitten se muuttaa suuntaansa. Gretzky on pahoilla mielin ja kyllä pyörittelee päätään siihen suuntaan. Nyt tämä tilanne tulee uudestaan, Ronan ampuu maalia kohti. Gretzky yrittää katkaista syöttöä ja Ruudi lähtee liikkeelle tuosta, siirtyy keskelle maalia, siihen jää kiekon mentävä reikä tolpan viereen ja näin sitten numerot muuttuvat. Ei todellakaan Gretzky ole varmasti urallaan montaa kertaa tätä kokenut, kun hän kyllä toisen pään lamppuja on kokeillut huomattavasti monta kertaa enemmän.
1-1 lähdetään jatkamaan tätä ensimmäistä Stanley Cup-finaaliottelua. Montrealin onnekkaan tasoituksen jälkeen kiekko jälleen Ruudin maalille. Odelein ampuu takaa. Maalilla ovat Leclerc, Mahler, Leeman ja siellä on Ruudi, joka ei tietystikään tuolle Gretzkin oman maalin ohjaukselle voinut yhtään mitään, muutoin pelannut mies erinomaisesti.
Nyt on kysymyksessä juuri henkisen selkärangan koetteleminen, eli kun ottelu on 1-1 ja lähdetään pelaamaan ottelun toista erää. Nyt mitetään voimia oikein olan takaa ja nyt on tullut kentälle myös Sidor takaisin ja hänellä on tuo kasvosuojus, eli mies on toipunut sitten, tai on toipunut, mutta kuitenkin on päättänyt palata tuonne kanalaisella sisukkuudella.
Kyllä varmasti, ja kun nuorukaisella 21 vuotta ikää ja pelaamassa ensimmäistä Stanley Cup-finaalia, niin kyllä varmasti aikamoinen vamma saisi olla, että mies pysyisi jäiltä pois. Mark Hardy, veteraanipuolustaja, käväisi 2 vaihdon aikana jonkun verran jäällä ensimmäisessä erässä, mutta periaatteessa se paikattiin 5 puolustajalla, nyt sitten 6 jälleen jäällä, kun Carbonneau aloitukseen, Guy Carbonneau, joka on 3 palkittu NHL:n parhaana puolustavana hyökkäjänä, ja jos nyt näitä playoffeja ja sarjan loppua pidettäisiin mittapuuna, niin kyllähän Jari Kurri taistelisi tästä tittelistä tänä vuonna ilman muuta. Lyle Odelein oman maalin takana. Robitaille Kurin ketju muuten sitten jo jäällä. Sumchak, Robitaille ja Kuri painaa kiekkoa Montrealin päätyyn. Savaa pystyyn. Hyvä syöttö Savalta, se menee Brunelle. Mutta Brunen ajaa Tim Waters hyvin laitaan. Los Angelesin puolustus on yhtä lailla koko joukkueen myötä tiivistänyt otteitaan ja pelaa nyt aivan toisella lailla, toisella intensiteetillä kuin runkosarjassa. Kuri saa mailansa väliin, kiekko pysyy kuitenkin Montrealilla. Maalilla kärkkyy Bruno. Ei saa Jari tuota syöttöä, se jää hänen taakseen. Brisbois painaa kiekko toiseen päätyyn. Maxoli ja Waters puolustajina uudestaan. Sitten Robitaille on pelannut pitkän vaihdon, ampuu kiekon Rualle. Dujardin kikkailee, Sandström ajaa ohi ja sitten nousee Montreal vastahyökkäykseen. Le Beau, Ruudi torjuu, Sitnik, kiekko keskialueella ja takaisin sitten samaan paikkaan. Ja vielä kerran iskee Brisbois. Bellows ajaa voimakkaasti mieheen. Sandström, mutta ei pääse ohi. Dujardin, niin siitä tulee Blake ja pujottaa taitavasti kiekon. Pujottaa se maali ja sitten vastaiskuun tulee Bellows. Ja Moose kova laukaus ja Ruudi torjuu numerot 1-1 ottelun toisessa erässä. Ottelun toista erää nyt jäljellä reilut 5 minuuttia kuvassa Patrick Roy, Montrealin kaikki kaikessa. Itsekseen puhuu, keskittyy siinä aloitukseen, jossa vastakkain ovat Corey Millen ja häntä vastassa Paul Di Pietro. Montreal nousee laitaan, mutta ei nouse pitkään. Granato painaa miehen laitaan. Takaluistelee Waters. Kiekko takaisin, Gilbert Dion oli siinä ahdistelemassa Watersia. Sitten uudestaan Millen puolustajien kautta Waters Maxoli. Ei saa kiekkoa, Di Pietro työntää laitaan Dionelle ja Dionne voimakkaasti Watersia. Ronan ja Dion Watersin kimpussa. Ronan, joka sai maalin nimiinsä onnekkaasti, kun jälleen kuvaruutu kertoo siitä, että muitakin lajeja joukkuepelejä pelataan tällä hetkellä Yhdysvalloissa täydellä teolla kuin jääkiekkoa.
Eli tällä kertaa vuorossa Los Angeles Dodgers ja St. Louis Cardinals, mutta meille suomalaisilla tuo baseball ei kovinkaan paljon kerro. Meillä on tuo oma kansallispelimme pesäpallo, joka on johdettu tuosta samasta pelimuodosta, jota me sitten seuraamme kesäaikana kesäurheilun muotona. Ja onhan tuota peliä yritetty levittää sitten jopa maanmeren ulkopuolelle.
Millenin ketju jatkaa Los Angelesilla, samoin jatkaa Di Pietron ketju Montrealilla. Pietro ottaa kiekon ilmasta vastaan, Waters ja miehensä voimakkaasti laitaan. Sitnik on tullut jäälle, on vaihtunut Donnelly. Donnelly kelaa, mutta ei saa kiekkoon. Saa sitten onnekkaasti jättää taakse Granatolle, mutta Granato hukkaa kiekon. Donnelly yrittää saada sitä, mutta ilmeisesti jääkin on sen verran pehmeä, lämmin täpötäydessä hallissa. Yleensä on siis normaalia vähän enemmän, 17 959. Pystyyn. Donnellylle ei tuo syöttö ikinä tule. Dujardin, joka edusti Kanadaa. Kanadakäpissä nyt takaa tulee Sandström kovalla luistelulla. Konaker kiertää maalia ja työstää Sandströmille ja sitten menevät omat miehet omiin jo maaleihinsa. Täällä Sandström uudelleen jättää taakse puolustajalle, mutta kiekko pysähtyy montrealaismuuriin. Sitten Muller ei saa kiekkoa mukaansa. Sitten purkaa sen hyvällä pystysyöttöllä. Gretzky tulee takaa, mutta hänelle ei jättö ikinä tule. Sen sijaan vastaiskuun pyrkii Montreal, mutta Sidor estää sen poikittaa syöttö sitten häneltä ja Montreal uudelleen vauhtiin. Carbonneau, Muller, Gretzky. Sumchak ei tavoita kiekkoa, kiertää kuitenkin uudestaan. Jättää taakse Robitaille. Robitaille ampuu. Ruoasta kiekko jälleen peliin. Ruudi toisessa päässä. Robitaille. Ja takaa tulee Subchak, joka ampuu Roa, ottaa näyttävästi kiekon hanskaansa. 1-1 numerot ottelun toisessa erässä. Roa valmiina. Stefan Levaux aloitukseen. Häntä vastassa Urri. Subchak taistelee Robitailla. Kiekko Robital ampuu pienestä kulmasta. Roa torjuu. Robital jälleen. Subchak taistelee tiukasti siellä maalin takana JJ Dagnon kanssa. Sonil ajaa siihen. Robital kääntää maalille ja pääsee lusikoimaan, mutta tuon pelaajamuurin läpi kiekko ei ikinä mene. Waters katsoo avauksensa, joka menee suoraan vastustajalle. Brisbois toiselle puolelle. Los Angeles vaihtaa. Waters uudelleen. Jälleen pystyy Los Angeles. Sitten kiittää Donnelly, mutta ei saa kiekkoa mukaansa. Carbonneau. Blake ampuu ohi. Donnelly ei saa kiekkoa haltuunsa. Granato nousee maalille ja työntää. Ja Roa ahdingossa, mutta saa kiekon haltuunsa. Ahdingossa myöskin sitten siellä Granato jääpinnassa. Hänet painaa sinne Brisbois.
Aikamoista painia tuolla on. Joka puolella kyllä tuntee nyt pikkasen hakevat omia muotojaan siellä ja nimenomaan tuo johtomaalin merkitys tässä vaiheessa ottelua on äärimmäisen tärkeä. Kumpikin joukkue puolustaa henkeä ja vereä, hyökkää henkeä ja vereä ja siitä tulee sitten pieniä yhteenottoja tuonne pelaajien kesken. Ja tässä näemme äskeisen Blakein ammuvan paikan. Blake pääsee ampumaan kyllä erittäin hyvästä paikasta ja täytyy ihmetellä kyllä Patrick Royn näkökenttää tähän tuon ruuhkan takaa näkee ja pystyy sen kädellä torjumaan. Nimittäin noita maanintekopaikkoja ei ole kovinkaan montaa tässä ottelussa ollut ja ihmeen hyvin Patrick Roy todellakin pystyy torjumaan ja torjuu tässäkin tilanteessa. Eli maalivahdit pelaavat aivan unelmaottelua ja hyökkääjien etämyydäksi sitten jää ilmeisestikin tämän ottelun ratkaisu.
Corey Millen, joka tuossa vaihtoi vähän Mailanit Kuisku Erik Dujardinin kanssa. He saavat kumpikin 2 minuuttista. Dujardin tässä ja takana istuu ja Patrice Brisbois. Eli Montrealille 2 minuuttista. Los Angelesille 1 ajassa 17:23. Kun tässä torjunnat. Montreal on ampunut aavistuksen verran enemmän, mutta ehkä vähän kauempaakin osin kuin Los Angeles, kun Patrick Roy jälleen tarttuu sitten työvälineeseensä. Ja hän sikäli tiukemmassa tilanteessa Jack Demarsin valmentaman joukkueen myötä, että joukkue nyt vajaalla. Los Angeles jatkaa 5, kun tuli samanaikaiset jäähyt. Ja silloin ainoastaan tuo 1 Brisboisin jäähy tuo Montrealille yhden miehen vajauksen. Sitten kova laukaus oli ilmeisesti tolpassakin jo tuo kiekko. Gretzky, Robital, Sandström, Blake, Siddick, Blake, Robital ja maali! Upeasti näkee Rod Blake, Robitalin ja Lucien pistää kiekko maaliin.
Ja kun katsoo siitä, kuinka tilanne lähtee tuon aloituksen jälkeen liikkeelle, niin jälleen näkee Wayne Gretzkyn erinomaisuuden pienessä tilassa. Pienellä siirrolla hän vapauttaa Blakein ja Blake tekee sitten tietysti tuo hienoimman työn siinä. Eli hän saa harhautettua vastustajansa. Luc Robitaille on mennyt aika lailla tyypilliseen paikkaan, mistä hän maalia tekee, lusikoi siitä ja ampuu suoraa syötöstä jälleen kerran tuo suoraa syötöstä veto, vaikka se ei ole kova. Maalivahti on sivusuunnassa, maalivahti liikkuu, haarat aukeavat ja kiekko vilahtaa sitten tuolta haarojen välistä, suojusten välistä sisään sinne ja näin tuo tilanne muuttuu Los Angelesille onnelliseksi.
17:41 on maalintekoaika. Robital maalintekijänä, hänen toinen maalinsa tässä ottelussa. Blake ja Gretzky merkitään syöttäjiksi. Ja Los Angeles on ottanut jälleen johdon maalein 2-1. 1-0 se johti ensimmäisessä erässä ja sitten tuli tuo Ed Ronanin onnekas tasoitus, taikka vastaavasti sitten Gretzkyn epäonni. Bonackerin johtama jarruketju jäällä jälleen Los Angelesilta, ilmeisesti varmistamassa tuota maalijohtoa. Seuraavat vaihdot maalin jälkeen ovat tärkeitä. J.J. Dagnon, kiekko pystyy, mutta hyvin katkaisee Montrealin siniviivalla. Sieltä tulee takaa kuitenkin sitten Liiman, mutta ei saa kiekkoa mukaansa. Roy. Ja Roy vetää nyt kiekon katsomaan oikeastaan aika samantyyppisessä tilanteessa kuin Ruudi. Toisaalta tuossa ei kyllä Roylla ollut minkäänlaista kiirettä, mutta ilmeisesti kiekko vaan nousi lapaa pitkin sen verran, että sitten kun hän sen vispasi, niin se lensi katsomaan.
Aika harvinainen tilanne, että NHL-otteluissa tulee kaksi tästä samanlaisesta jäähyä. Ja tämä on aivan selvä asia. Kiekko elää hieman tuosta ja ehkä hänen todellakaan ei tarkoitus ampua noin korkealle, kun se sitten loppujen lopuksi lähtee tuo kiekko. Mies pyörittelee päätä ja on harmistunut siinä. Mutta samasta paikasta aivan samaan paikkaan ammutaan tuo kiekko, kun Ruudi ampui ensimmäisessä edessä. Eli silloin hän pelasi samassa päässä. En tiedä sitten, onko tuossa kohtaa jotain ihmeellistä magneettia olemassa, että kiekko nousee pystyyn ja kiekot lähtevät tuonne. Mutta erittäin hankalaan paikkaan Patrick Roy asettaa nyt joukkueensa, kun ottaa tässä toisen loppupuolella turhaa jäähyä.
18.33 kertoo kenttäkuulutus jäähyn ajaksi. Ja Royhan ei tietystikään itse tuota rangaistusta kärsi. John Leclerc menee kärsimään rangaistuksen. 18.33, eli mikäli maaleja tulee, rangaistus jatkuu vielä kolmanteen erään. Los Angeles pääsee ylivoimalla yrittämään johtoasemassa vankistamista. Carbonneau kiertää Watersia, Sitnikia, mutta ei pääse ohi. Sitten tulee Los Angeles, tulee Sandström, jättää taakse hyvin. Robitaille, Gretzky, tämä kentällä normaalissa koostumuksessa. Gretzky katsoo ja yrittää sitten löytää Blakein, joka syöksii maalille, mutta vastaiskuun tulee Montreal. Uudelleen sitten kuitenkin Los Angeles. Gretzky, Robitaille. Ja Gretzky sitten jää tilanteesta jälkeen, kun Mahler kikkailee ja tuloksena jäähy.
Ja Gretzky jää aivan selvästi todellakin tuosta tilanteesta jälkeen ja harvoin näkee miehen tekemään noitakaan liikkeitä. Ei hän nyt montaa kertaa jäähylle lähde eikä tee tällaisia ratkaisuja, mutta siinä on kuitenkin ylivoimatilanne syntymässä. Mies on menemässä jopa läpimurtoon saakka. Gretzkyn on pakko tehdä ja reagoida jotenkin tuossa tilanteessa. Ajautuu tilanteesta pois ja sen jälkeen kun Montrealista pelaaja tulee kiekon kanssa, niin siinä oikeastaan mitään muuta vaihtoehtoa jää, mutta kun kaataa tuo karkuun menevä valkopaitainen pelaaja ja näin sitten Wayne Gretzky hankkii itselleen jäähyn aivan ensimmäinen tai toisen erän loppupuolella.
Sen kolmanteen erään numeroissa 2-1. Vierasjoukkue Los Angeles johtaa siis. Kummallakin joukkueella vielä yksi mies ja pelaaja kärsimässä rangaistusta. John Leclerc kärsii rangaistusta, jonka otti Patrick Roy. Ja Wayne Gretzky sitten puolestaan koukkasi erän loppuhetkillä. Eli tämän erän aloittavat joukkueet 4. Ja Los Angeles johtaa siis 2-1. Damhus saa kiekon. Kurijäällä hänellä kumppaninaan Granato. Damhus ja Mahler ovat Montrealin hyökkääjät. Maalin edessä Sidor ja hänen parinaan Blake Los Angelesilla. Ja vastaavasti toisessa päässä puolustajina Dagnon, joka nyt hakee kiekon. Schneider oli hänen parinaan. Mahler kiekko toiseen päähän ja nyt on Los Angeles täysilukuinen, eli tuo Royn jäähy on kärsitty. Ja vastahyökkäykseen tulee sitten Donnelly. Donnelly työntää kiekkoa. Ja tulossa jälleen ylivoimatilanne. Maxwell jäi siinä vähän jälkeen, mutta on kuitenkin tehtynyt paikoilleen. Maxwell ja Hadi ovat nyt puolustajien Los Angelesin päässä. Bellows irti kiekosta. Vielä hetki on rangaistusta jäljellä Gretzkyllä. Bellows kääntää siniviivalle, josta Schneider yrittää laukaista, mutta ei saa kiekkoa ohi puolustajan. Vielä Montrealilla mahdollisuutensa, mutta ei. Sitten ottaa Conacher kiekon, kiertää Schneiderin Ja jäälle on tullut sitten myöskin Gretzky, eli Los Angeles täysilukuinen Schneider. Että huolimattoman syötön toiselle puolelle Kurri jäällä. Kurri päätyy Rualle. Takaa tulee Granato. Kurri ja upeasti kiekko maalissa yläkulmassa. Jari Kurri vie Los Angelesin 3-1 johtoon.
Kun varkain tulee tuo tilanne loppujen lopuksi, kaikki paine näyttää olevan jo pois Montrealin pelaajilta ja kiekko elää tuolla päädyssä. Maalivahtikin sekaantuu tuohon kiekon hallussapitoon hetkeksi aikaa, mutta sitten Montrealin puolustaja luistimesta kiekko karkaa epäonnekseen Wayne Gretzkylle, ja kun Gretzky saa kiekon työnnettyä maalin eteen Jari Kurrin nimiselle pelaajalle, joka pääsee paraatipaikalleen, niin eihän siinä Patrick Ruokaa voi yhtään mitään. Upeasti Gretzky todellakin syöttää ja upeasti Jari ampuu ja näin numerot muuttuvat 3-1. Ja aivan yläpesään tuo kiekko menee, eli aivan upea maali.
Ja numerot 3-1. Granato Gretzky me merkitään syötteeksi. 1.51 maalintekoaika. Ja Los Angeles 2 maalin johdossa. Gretzky tuo kiekkoa yli siniviivan. Tavoittelee maalilla olevaa Sandströmiä. Sandström ehdi aivan tuohon tilanteeseen. Saa kiekon mukaansa kuitenkin sitten Dujardin, mutta rajusti taklaa Sandström. Blake hakee oman maalin takaa kiekon. Nostaa luistelemalla kiekon tavoittelee Konakkeri ja Konakkeri ei saa sitä. Gretzky on vielä jäällä. Hän jättää taakse Leclerc, mutta Rona paitsiossa. Peli poikki ja numerot siis Los Angelesin 3-1 johto. Todella upea maali Jarilta.
Kyllä Jari oikein hienosti pelasi tilanteen, eli hän oli se pelaaja, joka tuolla laidassa katkaisi kiekon, joka oli tulossa jo pois tuolta puolustusalueelta ja työnsi se takaisin ränniin, ja sen jälkeen sitten kiekko eli siellä, Granato pääsi siihen osalliseksi hetkeksi aikaa. Gretzky pääsi loppujen lopuksi siihen kunnolla kiinni ja antoi aivan tyhjään paikkaa. Montrealin puolustus oli kuin hakoteillä siinä tilanteessa ja Jari pääsi todellakin aivan maalin eteen 1000 taalan paikalle eikä erehtynyt tuosta normaalista maalintekopaikastaan. Ampui aivan upeasti yläkulmaan. Ja näin todellakin on 2 maalin ero tässä ottelussa Los Angelesin hyväksi.
Se oli Jarin 9. playoff-maali, eli 9 maalia tuohon vanhaan saldoon ja 102. maali kaiken kaikkiaan. Hänhän on Wayne Gretzkyn jälkeen selvänä kakkosena playoffien kaikkien näköjen pistepörssissä. Ja sitten ruudin vaikeuksissa, mutta pitää maalinsa puhtaana. Ankarasti hakee nyt kavennusta Montreal. Kurri kiekko laitaan ja sitä kautta yli. Se menee aina pitkäksi saakka. Keliruudi saa hetken vetää henkeä, kun aloitus tuodaan hänen P-pisteelleen. Niin oli sanomassa, että eräät tiedot Montrealista kertovat, että Wayne Gretzky olisi antanut lausunnon, että ensi kausi olisi hänen viimeisensä. Hän ei halua olla sammuva tähti, himmenevä supertähti, vaan hän haluaa pelata huipulla ja hän uskoo, että yhden kauden hän vielä jaksaisi. Selkä ja nuo muut vammat, jotka ovat häntä vaivanneet, mutta en tiedä sitten mitä mieltä asiasta on Bruce McNall. Varsinkin jos nyt tulee Stanley Cup-voitto.
Oli juuri sanomassa,
että saako mies lopettaa vuoden kuluttua.
Oli juuri sanomassa, että varsinkin jos tulee voitto, niin ainakin tuo ilo maalin jälkeen on niin aitoa hänelle, että tuskin hän noita hetkiä haluaa heti kuopata pois tuolta omasta muistoista ja omasta kokemuksestaan. Varmastikin, jos voitto tänä vuonna tässä Stanley Cupissa tulisi tälle joukkueelle, niin se saisi kyllä miehen miettimään vielä noita syntyjä syviä moneen kertaan. Ja kyllähän voittaminen on tietenkin sellainen asia, että se on niin kuin erityisen hieno kokea kaiken kaikkiaan. Ja en tiedä sitten, alkaako hän hakea noita kaikkien aikojen ennätyksiä Stanley Cupin voitoissa. Sinne on vielä pitkä matka, kun siellä on Andrei Risat listan kärjessä.
Kyllä 11 sormuksella. Ja Gretzkyllähän nyt, siis mikäli, tämähän on toki nyt, täytyy muistaa, kun Jarin maalilla herkutellaan vielä tuossa, täytyy muistaa, että kaikki on toki ennenaikaista. Tämä on ensimmäinen ottelu. Tämä ei vielä ratkaise yhtään mitään, jos ensinnäkin Los Angeles tämän ottelu voittaa. Los Angeles on johtanut 2 maalilla useita otteluita ja sitten pelattu veitsikurkulla ja ratkaistu jopa hävitty niitä. Tällä hetkellä kuitenkin joukkue johtaa 2 maalilla ja totta kai, jos se voittaa tämän tärkeän avausottelun, sitä ei voi väheksyä, kun Kori Millen painetaan jäänpintaan, niin silloin se siirtää ainakin kotiedun Los Angelesiin. Ja on siinä suhteessa lähempänä pyttyä ja mestaruutta ja mitä noihin lopettamisiin tulee, kun Dujardinilla kiekko. Kyllähän siellä on aika monta muuta iäkkäämpää pelaajaa, jotka konsanaan voisivat harkita samanlaisia ajatuksia kuin John Leclercille tulee paikka kuin Wayne Gretzky.
Ja mietitään nyt vielä kerran se, että Montreal Canadiens on 35. kerran loppuottelussa ja 23 voittoa heillä on plakkarissa, eli todellakin vastustaja on kovaa luokkaa, ei tässä vastustaja missään kohtaa taivu, eikä varmasti taivu tässäkään ottelussa. Todellakin noin Montreal tai Toronto on kirinnyt 2 kertaa Los Angelesia vastaan 2 maalin johdon kiinni ja on menty aina jatkoajalle saakka ja siellä katsottu sitten kuka on kukin näissä tilanteissa, eli jääkiekko on maailman nopeinta joukkuepeliä ja siinä saattaa tapahtua sekunneissa ihan mitä tahansa.
Yleensä jaksaa kannustaa kotijoukkuetta ja miksei jaksaisi. Perinteet painavat miehet painavat. Damhus kääntää maalille. Belose aivan eri tuon tilanteeseen takaa ja Le Beau. Sitten Damhus uudelleen, mutta puolustaja ehtii väliin. Niin ehtii toisessa päässäkin. Sitten Aleksei Zitik. Takaisin. Dagnon. Blake nousee hyökkäykseen. Jättää Gretzkille. Gretzky katsoo sitten toisella pallolla hyvä paikka. Mutta siinä viivytteli jonkun verran tuossa tilanteessa Robitaille. Sitnik. Reunuksen kautta kiekko päätyy. Schneider. Ja takaa tulee sitten Kurri. Vähän huolimaton syöttö, mutta saa kiekon takaisin ja purkaa sen keskialueelle. Schneider perään. Hänellä puolustaa parinaan Lyle Odelin. Korkealla ajaa Los Angelesin karvaus. Ottaa kyllä tietynlaisia riskejä tässäkin, mutta samalla häiritsee vastustajan pelirakentelua ja pyrkii harhasyöttöön sitten Schneider, mutta takaa tulee Sobchak. Robitaille, jota Kurri yrittää tavoitella. Robitaille ei kuitenkaan saa kiekkoa, vaan menee vaihtoon ja sitten Odelin ja takaa voimakkaasti taklaa Taylor. 13:30 nyt pelattu ottelun 3. erää ja koko ottelua ja Los Angeles johtaa 3-1 ja sitten tulossa rangaistus. Valkopaita jää pinnassa.
Ja siinä Charlie Huddy jää tilanteessa jälkeen ja ottaa koukkaamista 2 minuutin rangaistuksen. Päätuomari Andy Van Helmont on kylmän viileä tuossa tuomiossa ja näin sitten tulee todellakin rangaistus Charlie Huddylle 2 minuuttia koukkaamisesta, kun sitten mainostaa jo seuraavaa ottelua. Ja tässä käydään oikeastaan läpi nämä maalintekijät, eli tässä järjestyksessä maalia on tähän mennessä tehty. Ronan teki Montrealin maalin, joka meni Gretzkyn maalista sisään. Robitaille oli sitten seuraava Los Angelesin maalintekijä. Ja kun tuohon vielä 1 maalintekijä saadaan, niin se on sitten Jari Kurri.
Ja syöttäjät Gretzky ja Granato. Ja 2 ensimmäistä maaliahan olivat siis Robitaille mailasta. Ottelun kaikki maalithan ovat tietysti Los Angeles pelaajien mailasta, koska tuo 1 livahti Gretzky mailasta. Charlie Huddy. Koukkaus 6.41 rangaistuksen syy ja aika. Charlie Huddy 12 NHL-kausi miehellä. NHL Edmontonin kautta. Vapaana agenttina ei kulkenut varaustilaisuuksien kautta, vaan vältti ne myllyt. Minnesota ja Los Angeles. Minnesotassa mies oli vain hetken aikaa, kunnes Los Angeles sitten nappasi hänet tänne. Robitaille, Kurri ovat jäällä. Dujardin, Gretzky tietysti ja Kurri. Ruudi käsinä kiekon päälle. Ja pelikatko, se toteaa myöskin Vincent Damhus. Ja joka toteaa ja tietää sen, että joukkue on 1-3 tappiolla tässä avausottelussa ottelun 3. erässä.
Niin, ja kun puhutaan Jari Kurrin siirtymisestä Los Angelesiin, niin täytyy muistaa sekin tosiasia, että itse asiassa hän siirtyy tuonne Philadelphia Flyersien kautta, mutta kun ei hän koskaan siellä muutamaa tuntia kauemmin hänen oikeutensa siinä seurassa ollut, niin sitä seuraa ei tietenkään koskaan hänelle kirjata NHL-seuraksi, mutta kuitenkin niin tässä tulee varmasti semmoinen 10 pisteen kysymys tuonne tietokilpailuihin ja illanviettoihin, että mistä seurasta Jari Kurri siirtyi Los Angeles Kingsiin.
Ja on sitten Mielenkiintoista tietysti jonain päivänä kuulla Järiltä itseltään, että mikä kuvio tuo Italian yhden vuoden pelaaminen oikeastaan oli, että kuinka tarkkaan ja huolellisesti oli suunniteltu se, että pystytään siirtymään sitten Edmontonista, niin kuin totesin, Philadelphian kautta Los Angelesiin, koska sitähän oikeastaan puhuttiin jo siitä saakka, kuin Wayne Gretzky sinne siirtyi. Haluaako Gretzky Kurri rinnalleen tai ei? No nyt sitten tietysti Barry Melrose on rakentanut hänestä erinomaisen keskushyökkäjän, kun nousee Benoit Bruno. Kiekko siniviivalla, Matthew Schneider ei saa kiekkoa heti haltuunsa, mutta ei sitä saanut myöskään Conacher. Kiekko pysyy valkopaitaisilla. Edelleenkin Schneider vaihtaa toiselle puolelle, Brisebois ampuu ja Ruudi torjuu jälleen kerran. Erinomaista maalivahtityöskentelyä Kelly Ruudilta. Ja taas sama tilanne siinä, Benoit Brunet ajaa laukauksen jälkeen Ruudia päin, joka saa Los Angelesin pelaajien tunteet kuumenemaan.
Siinä Montrealin pelaajat yrittävät nyt häiritä Ruudin henkistä tasapainoa ja yrittävät ajaa aika lailla lähelle noissa tilanteissa kaiken kaikkiaan, koska Los Angelesin puolustus ja puolustustyöskentely pystyy pitämään Montreal Canadiensin pelaajat kiekon kanssa pois aika läheltä maalia ja laukaukset tulevat joko laidoista tai sitten kaukaa siniviivalta ja antavat näin sitten omalta osaltaan Kelly Ruudille työskentelyn rauhan tuolla maalin suulla.
Paul Di Pietro lähikuvassa. Tämä uusi Montrealin tulokaskeskushyökkäjä ja sitten vanhempaa, kokeneempaa, rutinoitua kalustoa Kirk Muller. Aikanaan New Jerseyn ykkösvaraus ja sitten todella 2 vuotta sitten vaihtoi maisemia Montrealista Montrealiin New Jerseystä, jonne vastaavasti meni sitten Montrealista Stéphane Richer. 41 sekuntia on vielä Charlie Hardin rangaistusta jäljellä ja vastaavasti Montrealilla sitten ylivoimapelin aikaa, mikäli ei maaleja tehdä, mutta kiekon nappaa Gretzky. Gretzky hetkää taakse sen Waters maalille, josta kiekko kimpoaa Montrealin. Kirk Mullerille saa sen mukaan, se yrittää luistimella ohjata, mutta ei aivan onnistu. Sitten 2 Montrealin pelaajaa yhdessä. Gretzkyn kenttä jäällä, tai Gretzky. Velos saa irtokiekon, yrittää kääntää sitä maalin taakse. Muller, Damhus, eli todella kovalla ylivoimakentällä hakee ratkaisua. Montreal, Gretzky ampuu pienestä kulmasta ja Roy torjuu. Siinä ehkä olisi saattanut olla syötön paikka, en tiedä. Joka tapauksessa numerot 3-1, 11-13 pelaamatta ottelun 3. erää. Los Angelesin omistaja, numismaatikko miljonääri Bruce McNall pyyhkii, en tiedä pyyhkiikö sitten hikeä kasvoltaan, mutta seuraa joka tapauksessa aitiosta. Hyvillä mielin joukkueen edusottamuksen sen uskaltaa varmasti luvata, kun joukkue johtaa. 3-1, John Leclercin laukaus pysähtyy Blakein mailaan. Eikä tule tilaa muutenkaan. Daniel lähettää kiekon päätyyn. Perään Sidney kevyellä hyvällä luistelulla. Blake yrittää saada kiekkoa myöskin pois alueelta. Ja nyt se sitten onnistuu. Oi, jälleen siinä vedetään miestä jäänpintaan todella voimakkaasti. Donnelly ampuu Millen siinä jäänpintaan ja Roy torjuu. Lähikuvassa Mike Donnelly.
Ja puhutaan vielä Bruce McNallista, ja todellakin hän on miljonääri ihmisiä, hän omistaa tuon seuran ja on nostanut sen aivan omiin nimiinsä. Hän lähti tuolle omalle uralleen lainaamalla isoäidiltään muutaman satasen ja ostamalla sitä harvinaisia kolikkoja ja vaihtamalla niitä myymällä edelleen ja saamalla sillä pikkuhiljaa perustajaomaa, mutta hän on kuitenkin hoitanut tuon siviilipuolensakin siten, että hänellä on loppututkinto yliopistosta ja jos en aivan väärin muista, niin hän on myös Englannissa olevasta kuuluisasta yliopistosta saanut loppututkinnon ja en tiedä kuinka tuosta käännettäisiin, olisiko se sitten oikein peräti jo lisensiaatti.
Ja on jäljellä ottelun 3. erää. Los Angeles johtaa 3-1, kun tässä todella herkullinen tilanne hetki sitten. Kiekko tolpassa ruudin takana, mutta hyvin tilannetta seurannut Cory Millen käy sen pelastavassa ja Los Angelesin maali säilyy. Se säilyy ainoastaan tuon yhden Wayne Gretzkyn epäonnisen ohjauksen koskettamana. Kurri Robitaille. Suchak ketju jäällään. Dujardin kääntää kiekon kulmaan, mutta ei saa nousuun. Robitaille kääntää hyvin maalia, työntää sitten Charlie Hadille, joka ronkkii maalille vastaiskuun. Toinen puolustaa Dujardin. Leclerc. Ja yrittää poikkisyötöllä tavoitella siellä sitten Stefan Lebota, mutta Kuri nappaa kiekon ja rauhallisesti hyökkäykseen. Ja nostaa kiekon päätyyn ja näin hengähdysaikaa Los Angelesille. Robitaille, Kurri, Suchak vaihtoon. Di Pietro pystyyn, mutta kahden miehen tiukka taklaus pysäyttää heidät. Ja sitten kiekko yli siniviivan päätyy saakka. Ja näin pitkä kiekko. 7 minuuttia ja risat pelaamatta ottelua. Ja Los Angeles johtaa 3-1, kun siellä sitten puoltaja asettelee Sidorille vähän jääpussia suun eteen. Ja kuvaruutu kertoo, että vuodesta 1939 lähtien ensimmäisen ottelun voittaja on poikkeuksetta lähes voittanut sitten koko cupin 44 kertaa 54, eli sikäli tietysti tämä povaa hyvää Los Angelesille.
Totta kai se povaa hyvää. Los Angeles on 2 maalin johtoaikaan 7-12 ja Montreal on 2 maalin takaa-ajoasemassa kotiyleisönsä edessä, joka yllättäen on tänään aika vaisuna. Ottelun alkupuolella oli kovaakin kannustusta, mutta nyt kolmannessa erässä varsinkin kotiyleisö on hiipunut hieman tuosta kannustuksestaan pois, mutta varmasti vielä syttyy tässä taistelun myötä, kun Montreal painaa peliä tuonne Los Angelesin päätyyn.
Ja jos on yleensä ollut vaisu, niin kyllä vähän on, en tiedä sitten onko se tämän ensimmäisen finaaliottelun ennakkopaineen jännitystä ollut kotijoukkuekin vaisu, kun Dave Taylor painaa tämä ikämies, eikä häntä pysäytä edes kova taklauskaan siellä. Kovaa kulkee vielä veteraani luistin, eikä saa Montreal vastahyökkäystä kunnolla. Ei sitten millään. Reichel ja Konaker ovat tämän ketjun muut jäsenet. Sitten tulee Odelein, kiekko kulmaan, Dion ja Rudy torjuu. Tietysti aina mielenkiintoinen seikka on se, että miten pysyy ja kuinka pystyy hyvällä hengellä ja sydämellä pelaamaan joukkoa. Jos otetaan vaikka Warren Reichel pelaa $140 000 vuosisopimuksella. Hyvä rahahan sekin on tietysti. Ja sitten joukkueessa on 3 miestä, jotka pelaavat yli $1 000 000. Gretzky muutaman miljoonan, Robitaille 1,5 miljoonan, Sandström reilusti yli 1 miljoonan ja Kurikin melkein $1 000 sopimuksella. Mutta sama hiileen miehet puhaltavat, eikä siellä palkkeroja kentällä huomaa.
Ei varmastikaan huomaa, ja tosiasia tietysti on se, että mitä pitemmälle joukkueet menevät loppupuolella kautta Stanley Cupeissa, niin sitä paremmat asetelmat tietysti pelaajilla on neuvotella tulevien kausien palkkioitaan. Ja kun Reichel nyt pistää esimerkiksi, hän pistää kaikkensa peliin tästä, niin varmasti jossain kohtaa tilitystä huomataan.
Tämä mies, numero 17, on varmasti ollut kaikkien dollarien arvoinen näissä playoffseissa. Näyttävä 3. maali, joka nyt on vienyt kotijoukkueen, vierasjoukkueen tietysti Los Angelesin 2 maalin johtoon. Ja sitten uhrautuva erinomainen puolustuspeli on tehnyt Jarista todella yhden näiden pudotuspelien ja tämän alkavan finaalisarjan tärkeimpiä pelaajia. Ruudi pitää maalinsa puhtaana. Sandström on nyt siellä jäällä Kurrin ja Robitaille kanssa. Eli vielä muuttaa koostumuksia, tehostaa Melrose siitä loppuvaiheessa. Miehet poikittain ja kiekko Kelly Ruudilla.
Jari Kuri teki erittäin ansiokasta työtä tuossa puolustustyöskentelyssä jälleen. Markkioi omaa pelaajansa ja katsoi, että on maalin ja pelaajien välissä eikä päästä kiekkoa tulemaan sinne ja hoitaa sitten omalta osaltaan miehensä pois, kun puolustajat heittäytyvät tuonne päätylaitaan ja jättävät tuon oman tonttinsa vapaaksi.
Ja kuvaruutu kertoo seuraavasta ottelusta, joka pelataan siis torstaina paikallista aikaa. Ja me puolestaan täällä Suomessa tällä samalla kanavalla seuraamme näitä finaaleja. Tässä vaiheessa meillä ei ole varmaa tietoa siitä, saammeko kuvaruutuihin myöskin 3. ottelun. Joka tapauksessa tulemme olemaan samalla tavalla mukana 4. ottelussa ja sitten 5., 6. niin monessa kuin niitä tarvitaan. Mutta meillä on myöskin tarkoituksena näyttää kolmas ottelu. Vielä se ei varma ole. Varma on siis todella se, että neljäs ottelu ainakin seuraavaksi näkyy, kun aloitukseen Conacher ja Mahler. Conacher voittaa. Ja Los Angeles pystyy purkamaan, ei vielä kuitenkaan. Hyvin tulee siihen Dujardin. Conacher oman puolustuksen apuna ja sitten rännin kautta toiselta puolelta keskialueelle. Ja sitten kiittää Dave Taylor jälleen, mutta tilanteessa Granato paitsiossa ja pelikatko 3-1 numerot Los Angelesille. Ja varmasti aika pitkälle nyt taktiikkana on se, että peli yritetään siirtää vastustajan päätyyn, pitää se siellä ja jäädyttää vastustajan peliä.
Ja nyt käytetään parhaita mahdollisia voimia tuossa loppuajan pelaamisessa kummallakin puolella. Aivan luonnollista on, että Montreal Canadiens Jack Demarsin johdolla heittää sinne parhaat tulivoimansa kentälle ja vastaavasti Barry Melrose heittää sitten nuo tilanteen purkajat ja taitavat pelaajat, jotka pystyvät viemään kiekkoa toiseen päähän. Ja Jari Kurri hyppäsi muun muassa kentälle justiin, tulee tähän aloitukseen ja hänhän saa ottelun loppupuolella yhä enemmän ja enemmän jääaikaa. Ei voi sanoa, että hän taas missään vaiheessa tässä sarjassa säästelty, mutta nyt näissä tilanteissa korostuu hänen merkityksensä joukkueelle ja hän todellakin saa vastuuta yhä enemmän ja enemmän.
Ja vastaavasti Demar on heittänyt samaa ketjua Mahlerin keskelle. Siinä on Vincent Damhus. Kun Suchak ei saa miestä pysäytettyä. Kurri ja Robital, siis tämän ketjun normaalit muut, sitten törmäävät Montrealin miehet jo toisiinsa. Ja hyvä avaus pystyyn. Siellä kiittää Suchak, mutta ei saa kiinni Brisebois'ta. Brisebois pystyyn. Velosin kautta. Damhus, nyt on tullut myöskin Stefan Lebeau jälleen Montrealilta, mutta kiekko mustapaidolla Robital rauhassa Kurille. Kurri vie sen yli siniviivan, pysäyttää, siirtää kulma ja ampuu sitten siellä, kun Brisebois tekee maskia. 5 minuuttia vajaat otteluaikaa jäljellä. Los Angeles johtaa 3-1 2 maalilla. Sandström kääntää omaan laitaan ja siellä Gretzky rauhallisesti kiekko Rualle. Aika käy Los Angelesin piikkiin tässä vaiheessa. Gretzky yrittää estää tuota syöttää, mutta ei saa, mutta Marty McSorley nostaa sen sitten takaisin keskialueelle. Se menee Gretzkylle. Gretzky yrittää työntää välistä Raikkelille, mutta hänen ajaa voimakkaasti sitten Schneider ja työntää poikin. Tästä mailla on hyvä pyöräytys selän takaa Sandströmiltä, mutta sinne ei ehtinyt Gretzky eikä ehtinyt tilanteeseen myöskään Reichel. Waters painaa kiekon takaisin Montrealin päätyyn. Kun se siellä pysyy, niin suurempaa hätää ei ole Los Angelesilla. Conacher, Taylor ovat jälleen jäällä. Taylor kiertää puolustaja Schneider jääpintaan, Taylor tulee maalille. Jättää sitten kuitenkin takaisin kulmaan. Maalin takana painivat Conacher ja Granato on nyt tullut tähän ketjuun mukaan myöskin. Di Pietro vastaavasti johtaa Montrealin ketjua. Gilbert Dion toisella laidalla. Nyt siellä Granato kikkailee vähän liikaakin. Dion saa kiekon ja ampuu summittaisesti, mutta paljon ohi Ruudin maalin. Eikä Los Angelesilla ole tässä vaiheessa ainakaan hätäpäivääkään.
Montrealin pelaajilta tuntuu itseluottamus nyt karissee. Joukkueella on erittäin paljon vaikeuksia saada kiekko haltuunsa, ja sitten kun kiekko saadaan haltuun, heillä on vaikeuksia siirrellä sitä pelaajalta toiselle. Los Angeles itse asiassa pääsee suhteellisen helpolla noihin tilanteisiin ja pääsee katsomaan, ottamaan kiekkoa haltuunsa ja pystyvät itse pitämään reunoja pitkin kiekkoa hallussaan pitkiä pätkiä, ja Montrealilla ei ole mitään mahdollisuutta yrittää organisoida tuolta keskialueelta.
Vajat 3 minuuttia otteluaikaa jäljellä. 3-1 johtaa edelleenkin Los Angeles. Maalintekijänä Robital 2 kertaa, Jari Kurri sitten tuo kolmannen. Näin Charlie Huddy vielä odottaa, antaa ajan kulua ennen kuin koskettaa kiekkoa ja ottaa tuon pitkän kiekon. Niin sitten siellä katsomassa taistellaan siitä, että pysyykö pytty Montrealin käsissä vai viekö se Los Angeles Kings. 2.44 otteluaikaa jäljellä. Aloitus viedään Montrealin päähän. Barry Melrose ei ole ottanut aika lisää, ei ole ottanut Demarskään. En tiedä sitten, oikeastaan Melrosella mitään isompaa syytä aika lisää tässä vaiheessa ottaakaan. Näyttää siltä, että hänen avainpelaansa jaksavat huomattavasti paremmin kuin Montrealin vastaan.
Tällä hetkellä ilmeisesti Barry Melrosen mielestä on tärkeintä se, että peli menisi mahdollisimman sutjakkaasti eteenpäin ja mitään katkoja ja muita semmoisia viimeisiä asioita ei tähän tulisi eikä viivytyksiä, jotta heidän pelivirjensä pysyy sellaisena kuin se on ollutkin tässä. Eikä Montreal saisi kerättyä joukkueita ja joukkoja rivejä siihen järjestykseen, että pääsivät tekemään pahojaan tuonne toiseen päähän.
Edellisessä ottelussaan Los Angeles, eli 7. ottelussa Torontoa vastaan, oli samassa tilanteessa, johti 2 mailla. Sitten 2 minuuttia ennen loppua Wendell Clark toi Toronto maalin päähän ja sitten olikin aikamoista Hitchcockia tuo loppuaika. Nyt sama tilanne, kun sitten kiertää omaa maalia, kiempauttaa toiselle puolelle 2,5 minuuttia peliaikaa jäljellä. 3-1 johtaa Los Angeles. Kiekko taistelee. Sandström ei saa sitä käännettyä Gretzkille saakka, mutta se pysyy vielä tuolla Montrealin alueella. Gretzky roikkuu mielessä kiinni, kun Chardin tuo kiekkoa. Heittäytyy siellä myöskin Rob Blake. Ja Gretzky taistelee ja maali tyhjänä. Sieltä on Roy tullut tulos maaliltaan. Gretzky saa ponnahtaneen kiekko tuolta ja vetää se maaliin. Todella mestarillinen suoritus. Suoraan tuosta poikittaa syötöstä reunuksen kautta tulleesta kiekosta Gretzkylle. Ja siinä ei paljon kulmaa ole, kun hän vispaa sen tarkasti maaliin. Ja 4-1 johtaa Los Angeles. Patrick Roy tulee takaisin jäälle ja peli on pelattu.
Mielenkiintoista on tietää Thomas Sandströmin tekeminen tuossa. Yrittääkö hän maalia vai yrittääkö hän todella Gretzkylle syöttöä? Joka tapauksessa ahdistettunahan tuo pelaaja on tilanteessa ja hän ampuu maalia kohti todennäköisesti. Kiekko menee ohi, mutta Gretzky seuraa aivan esimerkillisesti. Ja kuten Pentti sanoi, niin kyllä tuossa ammattimiehen eleet taas tulevat kerran esiin varsin selvästi. Kyllä kulma on niin pieni ja mies tulee ja ampuu tarkemmin tuo kiekko tuonne verkon perille ja näin sitten ottelu saa lopullisen niittyksi.
Voisin sanoa koripallon termillä melkein, että ampuu sen sukkana sinne tolppiakaan hipomatta. Wayne Gretzky on näyttänyt suuruutensa, kun nyt nousee Dave Taylor, Granato ja Conacher. Tämä ketju jälleen varmistelemassa siellä, että mitään takaiskuja omaan päähän ei tule ja sitten käsi pystyssä ja tulee poikittaisesta mailasta vielä jäähy päälle päätteeksi. Se jäähy tuleeko se Sean Hillille, kun kuvaruutu jälleen kertoo tulevista baseball-tapahtumista. Baltimore ja Oakland ovat vastakkain. Ja sitten heidän tähtipelaajat Ripken ja Henderson kertovat, että pysykää tuolla kanavalla Kanadassa. Me puolestaan seuraamme täällä tämän ensimmäisen finaaliottelun loppuhetkiä. J.J. Dagnon on loppujen lopuksi näköjään se pelaaja, joka joutuu jäähylle. 18:41. Ja tuosta laitataklauksesta, miehen nostamisesta seinälle, Dagnon jäähylle. Roy on maalillaan. Gretzky, Sandström, Robitaille jäällä. Gretzky kääntää maalin eteen Sandströmille, Blake siniviivalla vaihtaa puolta Sidnickille. Takaisin Sidnick, Blake. Blake kääntää hyvin, mutta Sandström ei saanut aivan täysipainoista kiekkoa haltuunsa. Sitten tulee Gretzky väkisin maalille, mutta ei pääse ampumaan. Kiekko tulee Blakeille, joka pysäyttää sen siniviivalle. Puoli minuuttia otteluaikaa jäljellä. Vielä kerran Blake. Ja hän ampuu ruuhkan takaa. Kiekko pysyy pelissä. Uudestaan Blake. Mutta hän ottaa sen verran hitaasti, että Carbonneau saa kiekon yli siniviivan, purkaa tilanteen. Sekunnit kuluvat. Vielä pystyyn. Maalin taakse tuo kiekko, Roy pysäyttää sen. Montreal siis vajaalla. Ja Los Angelesin pelaajien mailat nousevat riemun merkiksi ensimmäisen tärkeän finaaliottelun voiton merkiksi yllättävän selvin numeroin 4-1. Vie Los Angeles tämän ensimmäisen voiton ja varmasti ovat tunteet korkealla tämän miehen sisällä. Barry Melrose on luotsannut joukkueensa ensimmäiseen voittoon ja päät painuksissa poistuvat Montrealin pelaajat kotihallistaan. Yleisö on poistunut jo kotvan aikaa sitten. Loppunumerot Los Angeles 4, Montreal Canadiens 1 ja Los Angeles johtaa ottelusarjaa voitoin 1-0 ja on pannut pikkusormensa kiinni Stanley Cup-pokaaliin. Kiitoksia tästä illasta. Me olemme Kimon kanssa sitten
And we are back in the beautiful city of Montreal, Quebec, Canada for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. And here at the Forum, the Montreal Canadiens take the ice, knowing it may not be a must-win, but it's pretty darn close. Kelly Hrudey makes the start in net for Los Angeles. He has been superb. Those are his playoff numbers this season. Not among the top 5 goaltenders, but he's winning when he has to. The other side, you betcha. Patrick Roy has been among the top 5 goaltenders, just about everything for all of his career thus far. He still is 2.20. He's number 1 in goals against. Save percentage is the second best.
He did not have a bad game 1. He allowed 3 goals, but he got no support at the other end. The Canadiens only scored 1. Patrick Roy has nothing to worry about. His confidence is still whole because he did have a decent game 1.
I sense more electricity here than I did in game 1, don't I? Conacher ready to go against Kirk Muller, and right away, here goes Reichel and Bellows. The puck is dropped while they were going at it. Muller tried to clear it in. It was knocked down. Mike Keane is back in the lineup, their best plus-minus man during the playoffs. He's in for Montreal. Shot deflected wide by Muller. Keane missed game 1. He had back spasms. Muller tried to dump it in. Muller's got LeClaire working on this line with him. They'll change up of the lines from game 1, and Brian Bellows joins him.
You have to know that Kirk Muller is not going to be the guy taking on Wayne Gretzky simply because Brian Bellows is on his line. Brian Bellows is a scorer. He is not a checker. I don't think Jacques Demers would take the chance of putting Bellows with Muller and asking them to take on the responsibility of nullifying Wayne Gretzky. Jacques Demers referred to game 1 as the worst defensive game his team has played in the playoffs. Plain and simple. Behind the other bench, Barry Melrose says for every game, forget them. Worry about us. That's what he tells his players. We don't care what the Montreal Canadiens want to do. We will play our game. They can do whatever they want.
That's exactly what has happened here in this series. In all sporting events, especially in playoff atmospheres, one team never wants to be spending time talking about the other. And that's what the LA Kings have been able to do already in the series.
That's what you're able to do when you have a Wayne Gretzky. And the task for Montreal is how do you balance that? Nullifying Wayne Gretzky and continuing to play your game.
Getting the lead doesn't hurt. There's Keane, takes the shot. Kelly Hrudey makes the save. Vincent Damphousse. Damphousse trying to drop it off. LeBeau is centering this line with Damphousse and Keane. Robitaille had 2 goals in game 1, sends it in. Wild started out, decided to leave it. Keane comes over to get it. Keane trying to get it out of the zone. LeBeau high off the glass. Rob Blake sends it in. What a game he had in game 1. Rob Blake, nothing short of spectacular. Kelly Hrudey, his goaltender, said after the game, this guy is going to be a Norris Trophy winner in the not-too-distant future. Damphousse got it over LeBeau. Stephane LeBeau! Played by Hrudey in a 2-on-1. He decided to take the shot, and Kelly Hrudey made the big save. The Canadiens in 2 shifts have had 2 odd-man rushes already in this game. J.J. Daniels, seeing his team changing, came out, went back.
The Kings aggressive, but a little over-anxious. They don't want to give 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s in early, but they pinched him at the blue line and simply got caught.
That got going in a hurry. Yep. Here's Guy Carbonneau, the captain. Carbonneau looking to the middle. Tried to set it up for Ed Ronan on the far side. Tomas Sandstrom gets a piece of it. Kick back, Rene Verdú hit by Reichel. Puck held in the zone. Canadiens do. Carbonneau shot wide of Kelly Hrudey. Ronan knocks it down. Shitnik and he collide. Picked up by Reichel. Reichel, who's been the great force this season, can't get it out of the zone. Shot back in wide as Shitnik. Back to get it Ronan. Ronan for Rene. Reichel steps up. Banged out of the zone. Good pressure early on by the Montreal Canadiens with the Kings standing up to it and certainly had to be expecting this kind of start tonight by Montreal. Swept away from Gilbert Dion and sent the length by Marty McSorley. McSorley had more ice time than any other King in game 1, even more than Gretzky. Will be the icing call. No score here, 2.5 into the first.
All right, we want to take a look at the situation that got the LA Kings caught. Right here you see a defenseman pinching up. What you can't see is that there's a left winger in deep. 2 Kings are already right here. That means you got 4 guys up and only 1 guy back. Here's the relay pass, and you can see 2 Canadians heading away on a 2-on-1, only 1 guy back. Stephane LeBeau decided to shoot. Pretty good play because Rob Blake, number 4 for the Kings, was the one guy back, and he's got such a long reach. He stays in between the pass really well.
Brisebois has gone to the penalty box, and Jacques Demers' team once again is shorthanded. And this is the first 4-on-3 situation we've had here between these two teams. As the Kings will send out Gretzky, Zhitnik, Tomas Sandstrom, and Blake, 2 forwards, 2 defensemen, and only 3 Canadiens on the power play here. Zhitnik, Canadian shorthanded. Guy Carbonneau working as he goes with Gretzky. Gretzky, that's where he likes to come from. Back in the middle, shot Blake, deflected wide. Went off Guy Carbonneau. Picked up by Zhitnik, the 20-year-old rookie. Zhitnik back. Gretzky working the top now. Over to Blake. Defenseman shot saved by Waugh. Rebound. Nice play along the board. Zhitnik trying to hold it in. Matthew Snyder, great job to get it out.
And another good block by Guy Carbonneau. That's his second block in the last couple of minutes.
Rob Blake headmans it up. 17 seconds on the first Canadiens penalty. Blake trying to bring it in. Bad play. Snyder was standing right there. Broke the stick as he cleared the zone. Kelly Rudy came out to get it. Both teams will change up the units here. 7 left on the Canadiens' first penalty. Zhitnik brings it in. Still a power play LA. Gretzky looking. Power play's now over. Overline's out. Now it's a 4-on-4 again. 4-on-4 situation. In the corner, Gretzky moves up. Tried to hold it in. Could not. Back to center. Zhitnik has it. Let's say Zhitnik dropped it. Muller, the fake. Zhitnik's got a piece of him. Centering pass. Back in the middle. Shot. Drive by Kelly Rudy. Eric Desjardins had a one-on goaltender and couldn't get it by him. Has Rudy come up big in this first period with a save he's made and playing off the odd man rushes. Canadiens trying to hold it in. Lyle Oberline tied up. Gretzky's got it. Tomas Sandstrom made the play that freed it up. Gretzky's alone. Desjardins moves in. Kings were changing. He had no one to go to. J.J. Daniel. Daniel trying to clear it out. Can't. Outstanding play by Tony Granato. Granato still's got it. Granato sends it into the corner. Robitaille over to get it. Power play again here now for the Kings. They've only got 16 seconds left on it, though. J.J. Daniel, every time Gretzky gets touched, you hear the crowd applauding.
And guess what? He's getting touched a lot. First of all, Desjardins to the board. Kirk Muller really tried to reap him. When the Canadiens get their chance, they're going to take on Wayne Gretzky and really try to bang away at him physically.
Offside called here in Montreal. 4 seconds remaining on the Canadiens penalty. No score with 10:59 left in the first.
This shift was so long for Wayne Gretzky. He averaged 45 seconds a shift in game 1, but he was out there forever. But look at Desjardins. This is what finishing your check is all about. The puck is in the corner, and Desjardins just kept steamrolling all the way in.
Gretzky went 21 minutes, 50 seconds in game 1, involved in every goal. He had a goal and 3 assists, and the only goal picked up by the Canadiens went off his stick. There's Desjardins who found him on that last shift.
You know, really in game 1, Kirk Muller played against Wayne Gretzky, but Wayne Gretzky only picked up really 1 point at even strength. 2 assists were on the power play, and he got an empty net goal, which is hardly a responsibility of a checker at that point. You're trying to catch up, so Kirk Muller did not do a bad job against Wayne Gretzky. It's just that he plays in so many situations. When he is on, you just have to hope to minimize it. You don't stop him.
Stop the rest of the line. Yari Curry brings it in. Yari Curry. Kevin Haller had him. Patrick Waugh had some trouble with that one, but he hangs on. Matthew Snyder trying to clear out in front. You can see the response of the Canadiens here in this first period. They know in game 1 physically they got beat. And they're trying to make it clear here that's not going to happen in game 2.
Yeah, that's not the number 1 strength of the Montreal Canadiens, but everybody that plays this game, no matter how big, how slow, how fast you are, is capable of stepping it up a notch physically. And you don't want to get out hit in your own building.
Everybody plays for in this game. The dreams of a lot of kids going after that cup. And for Los Angeles, their first chance at it here in the finals for the first time. Power play underway now for the Canadiens. The penalty was called for Sador. Nope. Have to check. Zhitnik clears it into the zone. Matthew Snyder, the one who was called on it. Snyder in the box for the power play for the Los Angeles Kings. Lyle Oberline tried to clear it out. Robitaille comes back to get it. Back to Blake. Blake fakes it. Lets the defender down over to Gretzky. Guy Carbonneau right back up. Carbonneau, great shot blocker. Blake's got him right in front of him, and there he was blocking it. Not out. Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky takes it. Wow, a save. It was up high on him with Robitaille looking for the rebound. Boy,
Guy Carbonneau lines himself up with a shooter so well, but the Kings were working a 2-on-1. The whole idea in a power play is to do different 2-on-1s at different points of the ice. Finally, Wayne Gretzky decided to drift one here because he knew he had Robitaille. Did Robitaille not get a piece of that with the shaft of his stick? Remember, Robitaille scored a power play goal. One of his two started with a deflection from almost that spot. Having words with Guy Carbonneau now. Boy, Luc Robitaille is a guy in demand in this series. He is the only French-speaking guy in the LA Kings organization. He is the only Quebec native. How many interview requests do you think there are for Luc Robitaille? Hundreds every day.
582 per day.
Yeah.
That shot taken by Gretzky was only the second shot they've had in the last 9 minutes for the Los Angeles Kings. Being outshot here 15-5, but what really matters is that there's nothing up on the board, and the Kings have the power play opportunity here. They've had more power play chances than any other team here during this Stanley Cup playoff season, not unexpected because they had the third most during the regular season. And we get a penalty in the corner. There goes another power play. Both teams continue to commit penalties while they're on the advantage, and this time it's Tony Granato who's going to go to the penalty box.
Well, he's got to pick up the odd one. He's such an aggressive guy. But right off the faceoff here, Kirk Muller won it cleanly. Tony Granato had been battling with Eric Desjardins, and this is the end of the battle. You know what? Desjardins was actually hanging on to Granato's arm there. That's a great play by Desjardins. It looked like a hook by Tony Granato. But if you've got the guy with his arm underneath your armpit and you hang on and you go down, boy, when the ref's behind you, looks like the other guy.
Nobody's going to appreciate that more than Tony Granato. He'll just take his hand off and say, well done, you got wish it'd been me. Face-off is outside the zone, and again we are back to a 4-on-4 situation with 2:07 left to go. A minute 9 on the Canadiens penalty, and of course the 2 minutes up now for Tony Granato. Late change to the Kings. Darryl Sador coming out on the ice. Sador, Robitaille, McSorley, and Yari Curry. Danfus will be out with the Brisebois. Eric Desjardins, Leclerc, brought in. Curry, glove down by Waugh, drops it off. He started up ice by Stephane Lebeau to Danfus, and that's going to be called in the offside two-line pass. Darryl Sador didn't like the fact. Danfus took an extra shot at him. McSorley's trying to get at Danfus. Desjardins steps in the middle, so McSorley can't get to it. Gary Fraser tells them all to back off.
You know, defensemen like Marty McSorley usually get some recognition for being good shot blockers. There are a lot of defensemen that block shots, but they're good forwards. I think arguably the best shot-blocking forward is Guy Carbonneau, the captain of the Montreal Canadiens, a 3-time Selke Trophy winner. Earlier in the first period, big wind-up by Alexei Shipnik. That one went all the way out of the zone. About 3 minutes after that, there's the 2-on-1, Gretzky and Blake, and look at Carbonneau. Got all the way over to line himself up with the shot, and that's tough when they got a 2-on-1 on you.
Selke Award winner, and that's a very prestigious award in the National Hockey League because it's, as players recognize, it's kind of the job that nobody gives you recognition for during the playing defense as a forward. Yet players know who the best are at it. Stephane Lebeau and Yari Curry on the draw. McSorley held it in momentarily. Danfus, Sador, back to McSorley. They do hold it in. Still a 4-on-4 situation. A minute 50 left to go here in the first. Sador getting chased, checks to see who's around him. A lot of open ice there. Right back in, Yari Curry almost lost that one. Good play by Danfus, who follows the play back. Near side, Sador. Sador takes the hit from Lebeau. Lebeau looking for someone. Danfus came to help. Here's Desjardins. Shot!
This is a hard-working goal. Good work by Stephane Lebeau. He is a smaller man than Sador, but he got it back to the point with the help of Danfus. And then look at this shot. To the strong side. 47 in white is Lebeau cutting to the net. If you want to shoot to the strong side, you got to shoot to where the traffic is. Instead of going to the long side where there was no traffic, Desjardins went to the short side, and I think that McSorley and Lebeau going to the net through Kelly Rudy-off. Either that or Lebeau got a piece of it.
1-0 lead. Shot wide by Leclerc. So the Montreal Canadiens get a 1-0 lead. The goal came when they were to go in the period. Leclerc over to Kurt Muller. Power play in 2 seconds. Muller brings it into the zone. Power play's underway. A 51-second advantage. Held in the zone. Desjardins shot. Missed it wide. Leclerc in front. Muller. Muller double team. Couldn't control it. Devon Sandstrom brings it out of the zone. 45 seconds left in the period. Sandstrom drops it back deeper. Canadiens have a power play here. Teams changing up. McSorley brings it in. Marty McSorley. 32 seconds left in the period. 23 seconds left on the penalty to Los Angeles. 1-0. Canadiens are on top. Danfus and Lebeau got the assist. Desjardins picked up the goal at 18:31. His second of this year's playoffs, his first of this series. Cleared up by Patrick Roy. Intercepted by Dave Taylor. Taylor brings it in. Guy Carbonneau. Poke checks it away to the boards. Down they go. Puck's freed up though. J.J. Daniels got it. 5 seconds remaining here. We're looking at the time remaining in the period, and the Canadian fans see one go their way as Montreal's got a 1-0 lead.
Well, that is a different Montreal Canadiens team that Kelly Rudy is seeing coming at him. 16-5 the shot. We knew they could play better. We expected them to play better, and that is the kind of hockey that this crowd here in Montreal is used to seeing. 1 goal. The shot by Desjardins all the way under Kelly Rudy. 1-0 Montreal.
Tuborg, wherever you are.
Jetzt bloß nicht ins Schwitzen kommen.
Buck, vitale Frische, auf die Sie sich verlassen können. Den ganzen Tag. Ganz gleich, was kommt.
Samba!
Mein Buck, dein Buck. Das ist Ihr Buck.
There you see the first period score. 1-0 shots on goal. Ended up distinctly in advantage of Montreal. 16-5. I mean, they're halfway to what they had in game 1 as far as shots are concerned. We'll start the second at full strength and even up. Sent in Patrick Roy behind the net. Kevin Haller goes back to get it. Dave Taylor got a piece of it. Moved into the zone. Shot. Roy knocked it away as Taylor turned around and he got it on net. Roy got tripped behind the play. Fans oohing and awing, but he's up and all right. Moved into the zone. Gretzky right back out again. Played back by Odeline. He just got hit in the face by Pat Conacher's stick. No call. Muller gets the stick up. There's a call coming here as Sador and Muller went at it. Sador's already got the 32 stitches.
And guess what, Gary? He took the protective shield off between periods. Remember, he had the big jaw protector in the first period. Daryl Sador took it off, and Kurt Muller came up real high on him. Sador turned quickly to get out of the way. You can see the swollen lip for Daryl Sador. All he could eat last night was pasta. He wanted a steak, but he couldn't chew it. Whammo. He might want to consider going back in and putting that thing back on. You know what?
Next shift.
All I can think, Gary, here it is again. He saw Sador turn quickly. All I can think is that Daryl Sador was having trouble seeing the puck in his skate. In tight to him. That jaw protector that he had, that mouth protector, really did shut out quite far. You can see both the bottom and top lip are swollen and stitched up.
All players say that is the one factor you really have to work on getting used to when you wear the visor. Look at that puck. That hit the glass, came back out to Kelly Rudy from behind the net.
You know, the open visors at the bottom don't obstruct any of your vision position down to your feet and down for the puck. Gerald Sador kind of had a reverse visor. It was open for the eyes, but full down around his mouth, so I think that was his problem.
Rene kicking it away on the corner. Power play underway for Los Angeles. Muller on the cross checking at 35 seconds. This is going to be the 5th power play chance of the game for the Los Angeles Kings, who are still trying to get it out of their own end. Good hit put on Blake from behind by Matthew Snyder. Shitnick's got it. Shitnick will just send it into the zone. Power play LA. Canadiens leading at 1-0. Desjardins around the boards. Blake had it bounce over his stick and out. During the playoffs, Wayne Gretzky and Luc Robitaille both have 4 power play goals this season's playoffs, leading Los Angeles in that department. Knocked down. Down for Keane. Short-handed, but he couldn't handle the pass. Mike Keane was all alone, and Don Foose found him. Robitaille back to Gretzky. Gretzky to the point. Sador shot. Tipped wide. Robitaille. J.J. Daniel. Gretzky's got it. Centering. Comes back to Sador. Gets on the shooting side. Goes for Gretzky. Wayne drops it back. Couldn't get it through Brisebois. Out of the zone.
Boy, the Montreal Canadiens penalty killers look like the LA Kings penalty killers. Aggressive in deep behind the net.
All over the puck. Near side, Yari Curry. 20 left on the power play. Donnelly flying in along the boards. Mike Keane was there. Sends it up over the glass and into the seat. 16 seconds left on the LA advantage.
Well, Charlie Huddy of the LA Kings earned this penalty. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Watch it right to the small of the back of Mike Keane. He knows that Mike Keane's got a bad back. Everybody does. And that is as good an indication or good a reason, that replay, why general managers don't disclose. See that saved by Kelly Rudy right off the map. Why general managers instruct their PR people and their entire organization not to disclose the nature of an injury. Serge Savard has said many times, it is my job to protect my players. You can't tell me Charlie Huddy didn't know about Mike Keane's back and didn't really try to zero in on it that time of year.
He stayed down a long time, and Huddy's very fortunate, as are the Kings. He only got a 2-minute minor for cross-checking. That could have been a 5-minute major in the game, but not so. So 4:20, he goes for 2, and the 0 for power play continues. They haven't scored in their last 28, going back 6 games. They haven't scored in the first 3 chances they've had here in tonight's game. This is the 4th opportunity on the power play. Canadiens do have the 1-0 lead. Pat Conacher trying to get it out of the zone. Did as he got help from Doug Taylor. Cleared up to Waugh. Waugh off the board for Brisebois. Montreal on the power play, leading 1-0. Taken by Don Foose. Don Foose for the Brisebois, who worked one of the points here. Gets it up to the line and dumps it in. Kevin Haller over to get it. Haller centered. Leclerc 2-on-1 down low. Couldn't get it back to Muller. It was deflected. They had a 2-on-1 in front of Kelly Rudy. Don Foose. Leclerc and Muller up front of this power play unit. Craig Muller kicking at him. Leclerc back for Brisebois. He tried to go cross ice. Short-handed breakaway. Dave Taylor with no legs. Scores! It was the end of a shift. He had run out of legs. He couldn't have gone any further if he wanted. He shot what he had to, and he beat Patrick Waugh.
Gary, the low fuel light was on from the blue line in. The oldest active player in the National Hockey League at 37 years of age has the right to run out of gas at the blue line, but he just kept going on fumes alone. Watch him. Dave Taylor, he's tiring, out of gas, can't get in front of Kevin Haller. Bingo, right under Patrick Waugh. Looked like a 5-hole goal. 5-hole right between the legs of Patrick Waugh. Waugh is out. Yeah, right between the legs. Waugh was out cutting down the angle the way he should be, but there's one spot on Patrick Waugh, and most butterfly-type goalies, if you hit it, you got a good chance of scoring, and it's right between the pads.
Dave Taylor has scored 3 goals in the playoffs this season, and 2 of them have been short-handed goals. That is the first short-handed goal given up the playoffs this year by the Canadiens. It is the 6th short-handed goal scored by Los Angeles unassisted.
Bad to worse for the Montreal power play. 0 for 28, and now a short-hander again.
1-1 the score. Gary Lehman, still a power play. Schneider shot, save, rebound. Desjardins held it in. 46 seconds left on the advantage. Gilbert Dion with a puck. Dion pinned up on the boards. Rob Blake roughing him up. Leclerc roughed up by Waters. Freed it up to Blake. Blake clears it, not out. Schneider goes to the corner. Canadiens tied 1-1. Desjardins chip. Save made, and down goes DiPietro. Dion, rather. Gilbert Dion level from behind as he waited and looked for a rebound.
And he hasn't played as much in the second period simply because there haven't been the power plays that there were in the first period. We've got 3:32 to go, so that number may be up around 8 minutes before the second period is over. But he played half of the first period because of the power play.
And he's on the ice right now in a 4-on-4. Tomas Sandstrom back to Gretzky to Sandstrom. Save by Waugh. Save again on Sandstrom. Tomas Sandstrom, 2 chances. Down boost coming. Muller 2-on-1. Down boost shot. Saved by Kelly Rudy, the goaltenders, putting on a show. Wayne Gretzky to Sandstrom. Gretzky continues. That's what Gretzky would have connected on that Sandstrom didn't. The drop pass not near Wayne Gretzky. On the line at center. Knocked down by Shitnik. And that's the kind of play that just kind of happens all of a sudden for these two teams because of the style of Los Angeles. Downfuss again. Downfuss with Gretzky in front of him. Gretzky poked it away. DiPietro back for Downfuss. Downfuss looking. He's got Odeline cutting. Odeline out of handle the aerial goal up high. Downfuss takes it. Save made. Kelly Rudy read it. Came out. Perfect position. Gretzky the other way. Gretzky moving. Gretzky trying to pass it to Rob Blake. He tipped it wide of the net. Gary Lehman picks it up. 2:20 left to go here in the second. 20 seconds left on the Magic Miners. DiPietro in. Reached for Lehman. Lehman had it taken away. Cleared out. Shitnik good play. DiPietro and he collide. Lehman's got it. Lehman shot wide. Rebound Desjardins far side. He couldn't hold it in the zone. Canadiens were changing as well. So he came back to second.
Well, Wayne Gretzky needs to change, and now he's going to get it. He got caught out there at the end of the shift and was absolutely out of gas. Look at him with the stick on the knees trying to get it back. Come on, air. Gretzky had Rob Blake going to the net one time and Sandstrom the other time. Sandstrom made the good play by trying to pull it to the backhand. Patrick Waugh read it all the way, and then when he went wide, he spun around and got great wood on the turnaround shot. Right down to the other end. Downfuss again. He has to be talking to himself, Gary. He's had so many point-blank chances in this hockey game. Here he is again. Off the toe of Kelly Rudy's left skate.
Kelly Rudy, you can see, putting the big numbers up.
Well, you know, both of these goaltenders in game one faced about 50% tough saves. And Kelly Rudy's right on. 14 of 28, 5 of 12 for Patrick Waugh. That's how open game one was. And that's how open the LA Kings are playing this one. They're giving up a lot. They're not generating as much at the other end as they're giving away.
Gilbert Dion, Charlie Honey, he's got Ronan with him. Shot wide. Ronan back to get it. Ronan dumped it back out. Too far. Touched the center. Kelly Rudy is used to this kind of game. The Los Angeles Kings gave up the 3rd most shots during the regular season of all National Hockey League teams. I mean, they were right up there with the likes of the Ottawa Senators as far as shots surrendered. So the Los Angeles goaltenders during the season faced games where the numbers were 35, 40, or 40-plus shots a game.
They gave up goals, too, but they were in the bottom 5 teams defensively, and that's based on goals, not shots.
And here they are in the Stanley Cup Finals. Don't touch it. They're about defense. Ronan drops it off. Centering pass. Back to the line. Couldn't be handled. Granado is ahead of Curry. Curry brings it in. Yari Curry. And Granado got tied up by Ed Ronan. There's Granado going to the corner. 1 minute left to go in the second period. Robitaille moved up. Robitaille's got it. Robitaille looking at Taylor in front. Back to Yari Curry. Curry cross ice for Blake. Rene got a piece. Centered hit. Save one. Taylor was there in front along with Robitaille. And they tipped it in on Patrick Waugh. Good scoring chance. Guy Carbonneau down. There's no whistle here. They wanted to play the puck. Carbonneau.
Gary Frazier's yelling at him to move it.
He better. He's going to get a delay of game. Taylor wrap around. Covered up Patrick Waugh.
Oh, boy, are they ever roughing up whoever's in the bottom of the pile. Is that Robitaille? Sure is. Odeline and Patrick Waugh both took big shots at it when he went down.
Coming back home to play. Robitaille grew up in the suburb of Montreal. Now he's playing against the Canadiens.
But Dave Taylor did a good job on this wraparound because he got it out far enough before he tried to recenter it. But watch when Robitaille goes down what happens. Odeline is going to crunch him right there. Patrick Waugh got his stick up right in his face there. And Robitaille's the kind of kid that'll pay the price. You don't score 63 goals and set a record for left-wing scoring in the NHL without paying the price in situations just like that. You don't score them from outside. You got to get inside for a bunch of them.
Led the team, 125 points, 62 assists, 63 goals. Led him in power play 2-point power play goals. Just spending a lot of time with his face down on the ice somewhere around the goaltender, just as he was there. 25.4 left to go here in the second period. Muller and Pat Conacher out to take the face-off. Kevin Collins to get the sticks down. Muller wins it. Desjardins from behind his own net. DiPietro bangs it out to center. Sorley took a look at the clock. Plenty of time here. Sends it ahead. Gets blocked by DiPietro. Get off the official. That'll draw the whistle right there.
I don't think Ray Campanello liked that. Kirk Muller has not had the assignment of taking care of Wayne Gretzky, so the Montreal Canadiens are hoping that he can provide some offense. Kirk Muller, by Muller standards, has been pretty quiet in this hockey game.
Yeah, very quiet. Not getting scoring chances. Marty McSorley, there's a break for the Kings. It's going to be called on the icing. And with 3.2 left to go, the faceoff is going to come back in the Montreal zone. So an opportunity here for an offensive draw for the Kings.
You know, Kirk Muller talked yesterday openly about his feelings of when he is on the ice against Wayne Gretzky. And he said that he really pays too much attention to Wayne Gretzky, that he's very conscious of being out on the ice against him. In the first 3 series, he played against Joe Sakic, played against Pat LaFontaine, and played against Pierre Turgeon. 3 terrific centers. He made up his mind in each of those series to be a better all-around player than those 3. Against Wayne Gretzky, he said he concentrated too much on Wayne Gretzky and really fell off in his game.
Had 16 shifts in this one. 11:46 in time, but he's had only 1 shot, 1 scoring chance. He had 4 shots on goal in the first game. Kirk Muller.
To be honest with you, when have you seen Brian Bellows carry?
Bellows has disappeared.
I haven't even seen him on the ice, and I know you haven't mentioned.
I don't know if he's hurt or what, but in game 1 he was not. I mean, he played, but he was not a factor at all, and he's not been in this game. Conacher got it back to Sampson. We shot it in wide, and that's going to do it. We will go to the third period with this game tied up at 1-1 because of the shorthanded goal by Dave Taylor and the goaltending by Kelly Rudy. That's the way the Stanley Cup final games should be. At the end of 2 for Montreal, Canadiens and Kings 1-1. Bill, we cannot overstate the importance of this period coming up right here. You do not go 2 games down in the Stanley Cup final and come back. Only 4 times has that ever happened in Stanley Cup history. Here comes LeClaire. LeClaire! Save! Kelly Rudy. Rudy's right back in the game. LeClaire in the middle for Bellows. He's the man we were talking about at the end of that second period. Where is Brian Bellows? Brought out by Charlie Huddy. Huddy drops it off. Reichel was over there, intercepted, cleared by Lyle Odeline. Bellows at center, stood up, run into. He did a little battle at center with Pat Conacher, held on to by Waugh at the other end. So we are underway. Third period here at the Forum. Canadiens down in the series, 1 game to none, and desperately needing this one with the game tied at 1 apiece. Played by Bellows. Bellows in, his shot again. Kelly Rudy knocking it down. Mike Keenan here watching this game. Of course, he's going to take over for the New York Rangers. Mike met out in the hallway. Mike says, "Can you believe this goaltender?" I said, "How about Kelly Rudy?" He says, "Yeah, I guess that's all you got to say. How about Kelly Rudy?" Exactly.
Well, there was just an interesting sequence. Kirk Muller got his helmet knocked off, Jerry. It came off and spun around the front of his face. He tried to rip it away, and he couldn't. He had to skate off the ice with his helmet right on the front of his face, really in his throat, and got the trainer to take it off.
Yow. Blake going back to get it. Blake with Desjardins goes to the near side. Schneider will come up along the boards to play it. Matthew Schneider in front of the full house here. 17,959 at the Forum. What a collision. Blake and Brunet whacks him after the play, and a penalty coming up. Then Rob Brunet got knocked down by Rob Blake. He's screaming at Kerry Fraser because he's going to be called for slashing as he took a whack at Blake after Blake and he has fallen to the ice.
Gosh, Rob Blake has been a steamroller in this hockey game. The one LA King that has been dominant by a mile has been Rob Blake. He has hit everything that has moved, and Jacques Demers can only grit his teeth because you can't take a retaliation penalty anytime in the final, especially there was a chop. He chopped him just as Rob Blake was getting up. I talked about Kurt Muller's helmet. Watch this. It's kind of funny. Kurt Muller gets a little whiplash. The helmet goes off the back. It spins around the front. Now watch him struggle to try to get it off. He's worried about the puck for a moment, and when the puck leaves, watch him. He tries to put it back on, then he can't. He's ripping away at it, couldn't get it off, and finally skated all the way over to the other side with the ice with his helmet in his face.
You don't think he's been furious on that, do you?
He's all right.
All right, here's the power play chance. 6th of the game. As Brunet goes for slashing at 1:31. And the Los Angeles Kings have not been able to convert on the power play. Get the opportunity right here. They have picked up 21 power play goals in the series. Stanley Cup playoff series, but none of them have been here tonight. Marty McSorley off the glass near side. J.J. Daniel. Daniel with Robitaille on him. Back for Robitaille. Robitaille to Gretzky. And Gretzky setting it up. McSorley the point. Gretzky. Robitaille down low. Tomas Sandstrom in the middle. Sador was cutting in from the other side from the defensive point. Knocked away from Kurt Muller by Tomas Sandstrom, and Sador will come back to get it. Sador moving in. And Sador will just dump it deeper into the zone. Game time, 1-1 here in the third. Gretzky getting pretty well roughed up over there on the far side, and a penalty coming up on it. Going to be a cross-checking call on Lyle Oberline, and boy, has he drawn some bad penalties in the first 2 games of this series. Bruce McDowell on the left. The man who's looking for the Stanley Cup, the owner of the Kings.
The man on the right is Anthony Robbins of infomercial fame, of motivation fame. He is a world-renowned motivator, and really, Barry Melrose is a disciple of Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins just came up here for the game like so many other celebrities.
He'll be on that charter plane heading back. Sador goes back in behind the net. 12:13 remaining to go here in the third period of this 1-1 game. The other end, Lyle Oberline giving chase. Oberline gets there and touches it up for the icing goal.
You know, we wondered if the LA Kings were going to shoot high on Patrick Waugh. They started to do that in the Toronto series and just abandoned it. You can see that tonight, on goal, 1 out of 16 shots were high shots. And that really is the halfway point of the net. That's what we use as a determining factor, the halfway point of the net. So only 1 shot has been above the halfway point in the post, 15 below. In game 1, of the 38 shots that the LA Kings took, only 7 were directed at the upper half of the net. I think they could shoot a little higher than that. You know, I really think that they're a high-shooting team. They seem to be keeping the puck down for some reason.
Yeah, a lot of numbers in that direction. Patrick Waugh, 63-39 in his playoff career. 2.47 goals against. This is his 105th career playoff game. DiPietro on the face-off against Pat Conacher. Never dropped the puck. And in the corner, Sador and Gilbert Dion have to be separated. Montreal does not need to draw any further unnecessary penalties here in this third period. And Dion backed off. Now we're going to wait as Conacher came out of the face-off circle. He got chased. DiPietro moves in to take on Tony Granato in the draw. Granato. Sador drops it behind the net. Charlie Honey goes back to get it. Taylor gets it out of the zone. Taylor with the short-handed goal at 5:12, and the second tied it up after Desjardins picked up the even strength goal at 18:31 of the first period. Back to Dion. Gilbert Dion, center. Nobody there. Cleared up for Taylor. Taylor coming. 3-on-2 break. Taylor Granado. Pat Conacher. Kings has the break. Montreal got back. Shot. Wow, makes the save on Granado. Granado just came up from behind the net. Dave Taylor ran it in. Shot. Wow, score! Pat Conacher! And the Kings have taken a 2-1 lead.
And it is a makeshift line that Barry Melrose has put together with Conacher and Dave Taylor, along with Tony Granado, really pieces from all over the place, and just put them together to get Taylor and Conacher out there. Tony Granado stepped out, missed. Puck went high and wide. Dave Taylor beat his guy to the puck. That is Gary Lehman that he outmuscled and was able to step out himself. He tried a jam here, and the key thing here is that he just kept it alive. And then Pat Conacher found Patrick Waugh without a stick. I guess the stick got jammed up on the side of the net. And the little man, 5 feet 7 inches tall, 34 years of age, has given the Kings a 2-1 lead.
He scored only 9 goals in 81 regular season games. He has scored 6 playoff goals in 21 playoff games. Pat Conacher. And that has hushed the crowd. Keane drops it to LeBeau. The Los Angeles Kings. A 2-1 lead on Pat Conacher's goal. Gretzky's got it. And Taylor figured in with an assist along with Granado. Sandstrom looking. Cutting was Reichel. Tied up Stephane LeBeau in the middle of the Montreal Canadiens. Is being tested right here by the Kings in Game 2. A chance for Los Angeles to go up 2-0 in the series with 2 wins in Montreal. Sandstrom's got it. There's it up for Gretzky. Gretzky had to drop it back. Brisebois stepped up on him. Marty McSorley back at his own end. 10:34 remaining to go. That goal coming at 8:32. Taylor and Granado. Pat Conacher picking up the goal. Danfus spinning at center. Kings change. Danfus dropped it in. And then gut dropped at the blue line by Mike Donnelly. Cleared around. Hit out by Shuchuk. Hit by Matthew Snyder. Back for it, Leclerc. Leclerc in the middle for Muller. Kurt Muller makes the move. Got it around Yari Curry. Shipnick followed it in. Shipnick all over Muller. Near side for Bellows. Bellows up to Matthew Snyder. The one-timer deflected by Leclerc wide. Desjardins back inside. Leclerc. Bellows wound up. Puck was never there in his stick. Matthew Snyder back in his own end again. Both teams changing. Snyder near side. Leclerc. Muller tied up by Blake. Got it away to Leclerc. Down low. Bellows moving. Bellows had the puck behind him. Kelly Rudy poke checked it away when Bellows tried to move in for the shot. Desjardins to Schneider. Schneider, blue line, gained and lost. Taken by Granado. Granado and Donnelly, 2-on-2. Donnelly in. Donnelly looking. Shot. Saved by Waugh. Rebound comes back to Donnelly. Donnelly in front for Charlie Huddy. Matthew Schneider intercepted. A 2-1 Los Angeles lead. Huddy again takes it back. Montreal changing on the fly. So will the Kings as Huddy sends it in. 9:05 left to go in the third. Sandstrom back behind the net. Kings again trying to catch Montreal in that line change as they worked it behind the net. Donnelly sending it into the corner. A.J. Daniel, Tomas Sandstrom collide. Sandstrom had the puck busted to Brisebois. Tipped up to the line. Held in again by Waters to Sandstrom. Sandstrom for Donnelly cutting. Waugh got a piece of it in the glove. Donnelly tried to send it back, but it went behind the net. And again, the Kings have picked up the territorial advantage in this play here in the third period. Sandstrom holding it in. Gretzky knocked down. Got it up, but Reichel could not hold it in. Reichel sends it in. Canadiens staring at a 2-1 deficit. The crowd that had been roaring some 5 minutes ago has been set back in their seats by the Kings' effort. Reichel goes to the corner. Danfus there with it. Back up. Lyle Oderline shot. Partially fanned on that one. Puck along the boards will be cleared up ice by Reichel. Here comes Gretzky. Taylor in the middle. Gretzky drops it. Marty McSorley shot. Oh! What a save by Patrick Waugh! I don't believe that. What a save by Patrick Waugh. He got it in the glove. Remember that save. The Kings still lead 2-1. Montreal Canadiens lost only 13 regular season games that were played here. And in playoff history, the Montreal Canadiens have an incredible 216, 87, and 3 tie record.
Gary, we've got something critical going on here. It's a stick measurement. You're allowed a half-inch curve. That is the device that measures the curve. Gary Fraser is measuring it. It's Marty McSorley's stick, I believe. And if he is guilty of playing with an illegal stick, the LA Kings will be penalized, and Marty McSorley will have to sit for 2 minutes.
And he will. The stick's illegal. We thought it would have been jitney.
If it is not illegal, the Montreal Canadiens end up with a penalty. That's why it's such a tricky call. You just can't measure at the drop of a hat. Good call by Jacques Demers. Marty McSorley was caught with an illegal stick, and bingo, we got ourselves a real dramatic situation.
Before every game, coaches always look at opponents' sticks on the ice to find one.
And you can see, you see that little tip that is sticking out. It is not making contact with the stick. You've got the blade at each end being touched by the long length of the stick measure. And that little thing that juts out is supposed to be able to touch the stick all the way up and down. It does not. That means it's over half an inch. Wow.
So the Montreal Canadiens get the power play chance. Of course, the other side of this coin is the Montreal Canadiens power play has done zip. McSorley out at 18:50. What a chance to end their over. A minute 45 left to go. Patrick Roy is heading to the bench. The face-off is going to be in the Los Angeles end. See whether or not Roy stays. He's getting instructions here.
I can't imagine that he's going to go off, Gary.
I can't either.
Simply because the Los Angeles Kings can ice the puck at will, and they've got a minute and 45 seconds. If they take the power play for 45 seconds, maybe they score, and they don't give the LA Kings a chance to score an empty net. But if Jacques Demers is going to take the chance of measuring a stick with a .45 to go, I guess you can imagine that he'd pull Patrick Roy. But the LA Kings can take a shot anytime they can get the puck all the way down to that empty net because they are a man short. 6-on-4 skaters.
The 7th power play for the Montreal Canadiens. The net is empty at the other end in Game 2. You don't think this is an important game, Game 2 of the best of 7. Cleared the center. Yari Curry. Desjardins blocked Yari Curry. Taken by Muller. A 2-man skating advantage for Montreal on the power play here. Held in. Muller. Muller goes to the corner with it. And at 40 on the power play. Less in the game. Deflects off the side of the net. Desjardins over to Schneider. Schneider to Desjardins. 2-man advantage. They're ganged up in front of the net. Desjardins shot.
Well, Montreal coach Jacques Demers went for it, and he got results. Give him some credit. Barry Melrose is the guy that's supposed to be the aggressive coach, the attack-oriented coach. Jacques Demers measured his stick, pulled his goalie, and got this. A huge ripper from the point by Eric Desjardins. You can see John Leclerc, 17 of the Canadiens, standing in the crease. I think he was held in by Charlie Huddy, so it was allowed, and we got a 2-2 tilt.
They break the over at the most important time of the game with a power play goal, getting rid of an 0 for 31 during the playoffs on the power play. Game tied at 2. 1 minute left to go in regulation. The Los Angeles Kings, Ronan centering, intercepted by Yari Curry. Curry taken down, side of his own net. Carbonell holds it in. Curry wanted a call on that, didn't get it. Held in, Canadiens trying to win it. Carbonell! Five! Kelly Rudy! Keith Carbonell goes for the game winner. Carbonell knocked down. Blake has got it. 3-on-3 the other way. 30 seconds to go in the game. Blake knocked away Brunet. Carbonell's with him. Kings are back. 3-on-3. Benoit Brunet. Shot. Saved by
problems now for Marty McSorley is getting a legal stick, because I bet you all his sticks are the same. If he didn't have a legal stick, the trainer was quickly working at it with a torch, I'm sure. Another look at it, a big blast, and you could see that Kelly Rudy had no chance on that one. He went down to take away low, and Eric Desjardins ripped one high on him. 2 goals for Eric Desjardins. Well, it's supposed to be this good, isn't it?
That's right. Danfus and Schneider got the assist on that power play goal. Danfus now has 2 assists, 1 on each. Desjardins, of course, with 2 goals, and we are 9 seconds away from overtime and running. Bob Blake, they want to go to OT, not get a chance to turn over. So in game 2, Patrick Waugh kicks the last one away. Marty McSorley, an illegal stick, got caught. Power play Montreal. They pulled the goaltender. Desjardins gets the goal. And in game 2, we go to overtime.
And I will guarantee you one thing. That is the last time any player on either team will play with an illegal stick in this final series.
Aber immer öfter.
Weil es alkoholfrei ist?
Nein, weil es ein Bier ist.
Klausthaler. Alles, was ein Bier braucht.
Jetzt bloß nicht ins Schwitzen kommen.
Back, vitale Frische, auf die Sie sich verlassen können. Den ganzen Tag, ganz gleich was kommt.
Samba!
Mein Back, dein Back. Das ist Ihr Back.
And we're ready for the overtime. A 2-2 game. Overtime game 2. The Kings have won the first game of the series. The Montreal Canadiens already 7-1 in overtime games. And Desjardins got it in on Kelly Rudy. For the Los Angeles Kings in overtime in the playoffs, they are 2-1. Tomas Sandstrom knocked away. Where's Waugh? And where's the puck? Waugh's got the puck and he holds it outside the line, even though the net was dislodged. Wouldn't have counted when it went in any event. Take a look at our scoring summary in this game during regulation that led to the overtime. Desjardins got his second of the playoffs at 18:31. Danfus and LeBeau to make it 1-0. Game was tied on a shorthanded goal by Dave Taylor. He has 2 shorthanded goals in the playoffs, 3 overall at 5-12, 1-1. Then Pat Conacher at 8:32 of the third gave the lead back to Los Angeles 2-1 with a goaltender pulled and a penalty call. 2 extra skaters on the ice. Desjardins is third. Second in this game on the power play goal. OT's where we are. Off the face-off, rolled into the corner. Gretzky trying to dig it out. Matthew Snyder kicked it away. Daryl Sidor bouncing. Gretzky centering in front for Sandstrom. Knocked down. Guy Carbonneau battling to get it out of the zone. Comes in at 3-on-2. Benoit Brunet. Shot! Get the side of the net. Eric Desjardins scores! Montreal has won the game and tied the series. Eric Desjardins, the hat trick. This is not the last game to be played at the Forum in Montreal for 1993.
They deserved the win, and they got the win. The LA Kings took it away from them in the third period, but the first period was all Montreal, and they could not get it by Kelly Rudy. And John Davidson was right. The LA Kings went for it. Wayne Gretzky's line started. They did not cover in their own end, and Eric Desjardins' second point-blank blast ended up getting by Kelly Rudy. There was the first one that landed on the back of the net off the glass. Still no coverage. Brunet alone from behind. 4 LA Kings out of position, and Eric Desjardins instead of blasting, he looked right between Kelly Rudy's legs. Yahoo! The hat trick for Eric Desjardins.
Rising to the occasion, an unlikely hat trick man for the Montreal Canadiens.
And you can see the coverage breakdown. 4 LA Kings are right at the bottom of the screen. Sandstrom was back in. Reichel was back in. 2 forwards and 2 defensemen right tight to Kelly Rudy. And Eric Desjardins very smartly read it and pinched in for his shot. Little celebration? No, a huge celebration. Instead of being on the ropes, the Montreal Canadiens are standing, and they are strong, and they are ready to travel to Los Angeles.
Brunet, the setup. The other assist went to Ronan. Eric Desjardins has only 4 goals in the entire series this season. All playoffs for Montreal this year. 3 of them came in this game tonight. Patrick Roy, of course, the winning goaltender in net, picking up one of the stars in tonight's game. You don't have to wonder who's number 1. Eric Desjardins. Our final score in overtime. Montreal Canadiens 3. Los Angeles Kings 2. 51 seconds into OT. John? Stop against Kirk Muller, and it'll be sent in by Desjardins, who had all 3 goals in Game 2. A hat trick for the defenseman. He's out there on the first shift for the Canadiens here. Along the board, held in Kevin Haller. His shot. Rudy's got it. Pat Conacher got dumped at the side of the net. That will draw the whistle, and we'll have a face-off. Our referee is Terry Gregson. Gregson working his second final. You'll have Wayne Bonney and Ray Scapanello with him. There is Patrick Roy, putting up a 2.91 goals against, 2.19, and that is the best, number 1 in the playoffs. And look at the save percentage, second best. Kelly Rudy, 10-7, enough to win. That's what Kelly Rudy has done. He's been spectacular in the first 2 games.
Well, Gary, before this series started, Kelly Rudy did not watch any tape on the Montreal Canadiens. In spite of that, he is the only player on either team that has been one of the 3 stars in both Games 1 and Game 2. He was the 3rd star in Game 1 and the 2nd star 2 nights ago in Game 2.
He has a 9.45 save percentage and a 1.98 goals against in the first 2 games of this series for Kelly Rudy. Nothing short of spectacular. Face-off will be to the left of Kelly Rudy. Pat Conacher again moving in, and his former teammate Kirk Muller. Muller getting chased out of there. Brian Bellows will be working on this line with Muller. Bellows 5 goals, 8 assists in the playoffs. Taken by Reichel as Conacher won it. And on the attack, Los Angeles Kings. Watt dumped it away to the side of the net. Reichel was out in front, couldn't get it back to him. Dave Taylor. Taylor, Conacher, and Reichel working together. Conacher sends it back. Taylor unable. Sador comes up to get it. Sador center. Sador, the defenseman, moved in right away. Muller gets it back out of the zone. Canadiens rushing. LeBeau's shot deflected high off the glass. Comes near side. Brian Bellows and Sador are after it. Sador was able to get it out of the zone. Played back by Lyle Portland. Shot in by Desjardins. No score, just underway. Game 3. Great to have you with us. Hockey night. Yes, sir. And from Los Angeles, where a lot of people thought it would never happen in a Stanley Cup final game. J.J. Daniel working from behind the net. A hard wraparound. Gilbert Dion. Dion's out there with Mike Keane and LeBeau. Dion left it for Keane. He got knocked down. Dion did right after he dropped it off. Gets back up. Tried to run it in. Could not. Donnelly able to clear it out along the boards. That center. Keane trying to put the hit on this. Brought in. Looking for the shot, blocked out deep, rebound to the point. There's the deflection on Jitnick's shot. Rolls into the corner. Pinned up. LeBeau. Dion. Robitaille reaching in for the Canadiens, number 20, and down they go.
And this is where the Kings want to establish their game. Inside the hash marks. They did in Game 1. They did not in Game 2. The attack was not there in Game 2. The defensive style was Montreal's, and that's going to be something that we need to watch. That's the real battle for styles. Will it be the attack style of the Kings or the defensive style of the Montreal Canadiens? Because we have seen both in this series.
There he is, Barry Melrose, trying to become the 15th rookie coach ever to win the Stanley Cup in his 100-year history. Those are the numbers he put up in his first season, 92 presents.
And all systems would go for Jacques Demers in game number 2. What's he supposed to do? He was on the ropes. He knew about the stick that Marty McSorley was using in game 1 and did not call it then. His players kept turning around wondering when he was going to call it. He said he didn't have much choice because the entire organization knew about the stick. His bosses, the owners, and the players.
Wayne Gretzky on top, all the scoring leaders in the playoffs this season, 14 goals and 23 assists he has put up thus far. Waters goes back to get it. Waters jammed up along the boards, but had the puck in the state. Good play as Ronan was all over him. He was able to control the puck, not out. Desjardins shot, deflected. The fans thought there was going to be offside, would have been. It was a delayed call. Marty McSorley, Gretzky in front of it. Bring it in onside. Tomas Sandstrom tried to dump it in Sednut. Canadiens get it back. Left wing side, Guy Carbonneau, the captain. Carbonneau with Ronan. Looking in the middle, Desjardins! He was going for 4 in a row for the Canadiens, and he had some net to shoot at.
You bet he did. He jumped up in the play area. It was a simple 2-on-2. Nobody picked him up, and Warren Reichel turned around and realized that he had 2 Canadians coming. He missed Desjardins on the way by, and Desjardins just about had his 3rd consecutive goal in the playoffs because he scored the last 2, including the overtime winner. In Game 2, Carbonneau makes a great pass. For a guy that's won 3 Selke trophies as the best defensive forward, Guy Carbonneau can pass with the best of them, and Desjardins just pushed it wide.
Wayne Gretzky, 109 playoff goals, 234 playoff assists, the all-time leader, 343 playoff points in 177 games.
Held pointless 2 nights ago for only the 3rd time in this year's playoff game.
That broke a streak for Wayne Gretzky. He had scored in 17 consecutive Stanley Cup final games going back to previous years. That is now gone. But there is so much more that's not going to be gone. Gretzky behind the back pass. Zador sending that one in. Michael Jordan was watching that in, or he was watching Michael Jordan. Jammed up in the corner. Tomas Sandstrom back up. Zador the shot. Wow, with the end of the stick on that one. Waters steps up to hold it in. The Kings now keeping it down in their offensive end. Putting some pretty good pressure on. Montreal finally able to break it out of the zone. Dump the center. Gretzky had it. Lost it for Ronan. Ronan brings it to the blue line. Montreal unable to convert. Far side penalty coming up. It's going to be a tripping call. And a power play coming again for the Canadiens. Gary Gregson making the call. Second final he has worked in his history. And our Budweiser Stanley Cup summary. Los Angeles now the 19th city ever to host an NHL Final Series. Montreal 8 overtime wins. They got their 8th in the last game. That is a record for one playoff year. And you see 26 games have gone into overtime this year.
Well, Ed Ronan did a good job on this rush. You can see Tim Waters getting the knee out, but Ronan actually sprung his team loose to start the rush with a big hit deep in his own end. The LA Kings want to establish their attack style. Montreal in Game 2 out-hit the LA Kings deep in their own zone, and Ronan started that rush with a big hit back in behind Patrick Roy.
There you see Ed Ronan on the bench. He was stripped at 10:21. Canadiens get their second power play chance of the game. The proud franchise of 23 Stanley Cups. Here's what they've done tonight on it. 0 for 1. Couple of shots, though. They look much better in their power play right now. Brian Bellows! The man Jacques Demers said must rise to the occasion. Just tipped that point shot in. And Montreal has a power play goal and a 1-0 lead.
Well, Brian Bellows pretty well owns the area in front of the net. And up until this series, Brian Bellows' cracked rib was so painful, even with double pads, he couldn't stand in front and battle. Before this series started, I asked him about it, and he said, I'm ready to take on Marty McSorley in front of the net. Bellows this time didn't have to fight anybody off. He got in behind both defensemen, both Tim Waters and Hardy and Marty McSorley, and a perfect tip. Look at Bellows. Nobody got to him. Remember in Game 2, the second period, we mentioned at the end of the period, we had not seen Brian Bellows. He did not have one shift in the period. And Jacques Demers said it's just because he wasn't putting out in Game 2. What did Bellows do after the period? He got on the stationary bike and rode it just to stay in shape. And he's back, and he was in the starting lineup. He actually started this hockey game.
Well, Jacques Demers has set him up for this game. There's no question offside. Bellows gets the goal, his 6th of the playoff, the first point he's had in these 3 games. Kevin Haller and Kurt Muller pick up the assist on the power play goal coming at 10:26. That's coaching strategy. Melrose loves to use it, set guys up, get them up for a game. That's what he has done, Jacques Demers, with Brian Bellows. Guy Carbonneau on the face-off against Gretzky. Gretzky won it to the boards. Back to the point, Blake shot, deflected out deep again. Not getting it through. Brian Bellows, who has the only goal of the game, brings it in. Bellows looking. Desjardins cutting. Rudy knocked it away. It was on the side of the net anyway. Desjardins again. Wow, is he become an offensive player? Shot Carbonneau blocked by Taylor. Stephane Lebeau, Matthew Schneider. Everybody gunning. Schneider shot blocked. Desjardins waiting. Sends it in wide to Kelly Rudy with 16 seconds left to go. Conacher gets it out.
You know what? This entire Montreal attack started with another block shot by Guy Carbonneau at his end.
He's had a great game defensively. Drop pass Bellows. Rudy, look out here. Centered in front. Bellows knocked down. And a penalty coming up. A penalty on the Kings with 0.7 seconds remaining as Brian Bellows got in. The Kings were waiting for the horn to go off to end the period. The Montreal Canadiens weren't. They kept playing. They had 3 great chances down there in the final 10 seconds.
Well, Rob Blake didn't like it, but Brian Bellows, as I mentioned, sets up in front of the net and really owns a lot of that space in front. He's wearing a flak jacket, so even when he gets hit from behind, it doesn't hurt him that much. That looked like a little cuff to the back of the head. That's all it was. That's why Rob Blake was upset.
That punch was the call. 1959 roughing call. Bellows, who has the goal, able to work in front to get the penalty. They'll have one face-off, 0.7 seconds left, so see whether or not they can get it quick enough for a shot here. They can't, but the Montreal Canadiens, had themselves the first period.
They had a terrific first period. As a matter of fact, if you just tuned in and you didn't know where this game was being played, you know what? You probably think that Montreal was the home team. They outskated, they outhit, they outchanced the LA Kings.
Actually 7/10 of a second left to go in that first period on that penalty, so he will start the second period in the penalty box, and the power play will be underway for Montreal.
And the LA Kings have Charlie Huddy back, veteran defenseman who left in the first period with an injury. He ended up getting some type of massage treatment in the locker room. He is back out there now. He came back at the end of the first period and played one shift, and he's going to be on the kill out here.
Montreal Canadiens 2 for their last 3 on the power play. They are, of course, in the lead here in Bellows' power play goal from Haller and Kirk Muller coming at 10:26 of the first period. They've got the power play chance again. Underway right now is their 3rd power play of the game. Breeze Watt chasing it down at the other end. Held on to by Patrick Watt. Dave Taylor out on the penalty killing unit. Forced to play in behind the net. Dump. Length of the ice. Right through the crease. Marty McSorley waiting on the touch-up here for an icing call. So both teams in this game have now had an icing call when they've been on the power play. And there is Kirk Muller, who got on the board here with an assist in the first period on that goal by Bellows for Muller. 30-plus goals for 5 seasons in the National Hockey League, but here in this particular series, goals just haven't come.
Is he ever tough? He hurt his collarbone the very first game of the playoffs against the Quebec Nordiques and had it frozen 8 consecutive games until it healed. During that stretch, he just scored a couple of overtime winners, that's all.
Muller 8 goals and 6 assists now during the playoffs this year. Canadiens having to start from their own end on the power play. They've got plenty of time left on it. A minute 26. Brought up by Eric Desjardins, who sends it in. Kirk Muller out on the power play, back for Bellows. Bellows to the corner. Gretzky out on the penalty killing unit. Matthew Schneider. Gretzky was right in front of him. Canadiens will send Dion in front of the net. There he was, trying to get the shot. Had it blocked by Gretzky. Back to get it. Matthew Schneider leaves it along the board to Bellows. Bellows goes wide side Desjardins. Desjardins behind the net. Muller. Muller looking in front, tried to back it in. Couldn't get it by Waters. Jim Waters putting the heat on. Muller got it away to Bellows. Bellows back for Muller. 50 on the power play. Muller trying to center Dion. Gretzky had it and dropped it. Here's the shorthanded effort. Ends up one-on-one. Yari Curry. Curry moving in. Shot. Patrick Watt just got that. Matthew Schneider was back on defense that time. Yari Curry used him as a screen and wide. A hard time picking that up as he went for the wide side post on the shot. Down to 30 left on the power play. Dion cutting it off the boards. Brought into the zone. Pat Conacher right there. Conacher shorthanded the Kings. Start up ice. Dave Taylor. Taylor a couple of shorthanded goals in this season's playoffs, including one against the Canadiens. Canadiens running it. 15 left in their advantage. They've got a 3-on-2 up ice here. Kings trying to get back. DiPietro all the way around the net. Gives the Kings a chance to get back into the zone. Good defensive play made. Marty McSorley lost it. And that will take care of the penalty. So the Canadiens do not convert on this power play chance. Teams are back at full strength. J.J. Daniel hit by Tony Granado. Granado's going to start going after some folks right now to try and pick the play up.
I think everybody's going to start trying to pick the play up.
Dion, J.J. Daniel, shot to save by Rudy. Lindor in the corner, not out of the zone, just wide in front. DiPietro reaching for it. Set behind the net, McSorley. King starts from there. 2.5 minutes into the second period. Off the board, far side, King. Warren Reichel. Reichel looking in the middle, blocked. Reichel is trying to center. Look what Montreal did in the first period, dumping it out in front. Stephane Lebeau, 3-on-3. Dion with him, bounced in the air. Keane scores! Mike Keane on a bouncing puck has given the Canadiens a 2-0 lead.
What a terrific release by Mike Keane. Gilbert Dion was in front, trying to deflect, trying to screen. I'm not sure whether he did or not, but it really confused Kelly Rudy and got under him somehow. Mike Keane only has 2 goals in the playoffs, but we've talked about his value to the Montreal Canadiens. The LA Kings really, well, that did hit something, didn't it? I don't think it hit Gilbert Dion, but it bounced down and under Kelly Rudy. Maybe we'll see it on this. Keane picked it up perfectly as it hit the ice. It was headed up into the air and then bounced down under Kelly Rudy. Mike Keane's 3rd goal to the playoffs to accompany his 10 assists, and the Canadiens lead 2-0. And I'll tell you what, the Montreal Canadiens, with their game plan, are a way better team with the lead.
They have got the lead now 2-0, and that, as Bill says, that makes them that much tougher with that great defensive style they have. They get this one at the start of the second period, and they continue on the offensive. Guy Carbonneau dumps it, score! Matthew Snyder on a great setup, and the Canadiens lead it 3-0. What a centering pass from the left wing boards. Guy Carbonneau. And a tremendous hit by Matthew Snyder.
Gosh, Jerry, the LA Kings came out and killed off a penalty and then decided to pick up the play, and look at Guy Carbonneau. Talked about his passing ability to accompany his great defensive play and his shot blocking. Well, I've been so impressed with Guy Carbonneau this year in the playoffs. Not only because of his defensive play, but because of passes like this. I really think that early in his career, somebody had said to Guy Carbonneau, we want you to be a setup guy more than a defensive guy. Guy Carbonneau could have been a high point getter in the NHL. Terrific pass.
The LA Kings are shocking the Los Angeles Kings right now, being shocked by the Canadiens. A 3-0 lead. 2 quick goals to start the second period. End up behind the net. LeClaire swept it right through the crease, and they are trying to go for the juggler right now. Donnelly starts it up ice. Donnelly bringing Granado cutting to the net. Intercepted. Canadiens behind the net. Odeline. Odeline got it out of the zone. This will be played the other way. No icing on it. So Rudy goes back to get it. The 2 quick goals coming at 2:41 and 3:02. Dion credited with that first one as he did tip it in front of the net from Keane. Goal coming at 2:41, and Schneider got his first from Carbonneau at 3:02. Dion for Keane and Lebeau. Schneider from Carbonneau. 3-0 Montreal. So he did tip that in front and deflected it in on the first of those 2 goals. J.J. Daniel back, intercepted by Yari Curry. Curry tried to run it in around the boards, but Sador does. Kings have to clear the zone here, and the Canadiens will get it behind their own net. 15 shots for the Canadiens and 3 goals on the board in those 15. Sador back for Honey. Charlie Honey to Sador. Kings have made the line change here. Charlie Honey pinned up at center ice. You'll see a lot more of that from the Canadiens now as they'll start mucking it up in your jersey kind of defense. They're up 3-0. Defensively, the Canadiens are giving up only 2.65 goals a game here in the playoffs. I mean, that's just a great number. You compare that with Los Angeles with their run and gun kind of game at 3.81 over a goal a game more surrendered by LA.
And the advantage for Montreal now is that they can stick to their game plan. Teams that play patient defensive type games have to stray from their game plan when they fall behind. When they get ahead, they stick to it.
Around for Keane. Keane. Oh, what a shot by Mark Hardy, and the glass has come out. The whole pane of plexi has Mark Hardy a flying check.
Well, which celebrity's lap did he almost land in? Here in L.A., you can pretty well name all of the people by their first names that sit around in the first row because there are so many stars that come to the games. But we'll let you see this one right near Michelle Pfeiffer. She liked it. You know what? Keane put himself in, and look at him. That didn't even bother him. He's got tattoos all over the place under that jersey, and one of them's a Montreal Canadian logo right on his left bicep. You think that bothered him? Come on. And Mike Keane's the kind of guy that would want to get up as quickly as possible just to show you, like Muhammad Ali used to do. Whack him in the side of the head. Didn't hurt me.
He's staying right out there on the ship.
And an interesting day for Mike Donnelly. Mike Donnelly is missing his sister Kelly's wedding today. She's marrying none other than one of the famous Miller brothers, Kip Miller. Kevin Miller and Kelly Miller's younger brother. They're all star players. They all went to Michigan State together. That's where they met. And for a good reason. Mike Donnelly is missing today's game. And this is the day that Brian Bellows was supposed to be married. He had to cancel his wedding.
They're probably watching there inside. Patrick Waugh, the save, and the attempted stop. Millen ran it right into the crease, had the puck right in front of him, and Corey Millen right on top of Patrick Waugh. Cleared around, kicked out of the zone by Mike Donnelly. So Charlie Huddy just went off to the dressing room again. Second time that's happened. Almost hit Stephon Lebeau. Lebeau and Keane were teaming up that time. Lebeau to the point, holds it in. Keane spins around, drives it in towards the net, up for Granato. Bounces free at center.
You know, I can only think with Charlie Huddy, if in fact he is receiving some kind of massage treatment, that he's got muscle that's cramping up somewhere.
He intercepted. Corey Millen drops it off Donnelly, but Granato couldn't get out of the zone in time, so they are offside. 13:32 left here. Second period, a 3-0 lead for the Montreal Canadiens. Our Budweiser Stanley Cup summary. Desjardins, the first defenseman in history with a hat trick in the Stanley Cup Finals. He had that in the last game. Gretzky leading all scorers. Patrick Waugh, number 1 in goaltender, wins and goals against.
Well, good play by Corey Millen to cut out front. The L.A. Kings could sure use some offense from Corey Millen. He got 23 goals in 42 games during the regular season. He's only scored 2 in 20 playoff games, but one of the reasons he hasn't scored is Patrick Waugh. Patrick Waugh's gone long spells without any L.A. Kings pressure at all in this hockey game, but every time they come down, he seems sharp. His biggest challenge when the play is at the other end, the other half of the ice for 5, 6, 7 minutes at a stretch, is just focus.
Keeping alive. A.J. Daniel clears it out. Canadiens just bounce it into the zone. We'll see more of that from them, too, rather than skating it in. There'll be more at the dump here and try and chase down. Gary Curry across ice. Forced into the zone on the dump by the Kings. J.J. Daniels right there. Daniel cleared it up. Gary Shuchuk took the hit on at the far end, but that was after the puck had gone. Not out of the zone. Robitaille down low to Curry. Curry trying to get it to Shuchuk. Tied up behind the net. Still has it. Gary Curry himself. Shot. Waugh makes the save. Patrick Waugh, the blocker save. Robitaille pinned up, and Daniel got the puck. Ryan Bellows. Bellows looking to clear to Muller. 2-on-2 with LeBeau. Into the zone. Waters trying to put the hit on the Kings. Leclaire. Leclaire from Montreal right over Kelly Rudy. John Leclaire, the chance. Muller centering pass. Leclaire trying to spin around Kent. Gary Curry takes him down. Puck still in the corner. Waters goes down. Leclaire. Gary Curry still has it. And Curry waiting for people to get out of the zone, so he had a lane to pass it. Sador sends it in. Waugh could not get to it. Sandstrom on the near side. Sandstrom dropped it off behind the net. A 3-0 lead for Montreal. 12:13 left here. Behind the net, Gretzky. Gretzky looking in front. Robitaille scores! Luc Robitaille!
The Forum is alive now. I don't know how Wayne Gretzky saw Luc Robitaille, but then again, I don't know how Wayne Gretzky sees a lot of the things that he sees. People in his way, a little slip pass that landed perfectly on Luc Robitaille's stick, and Robitaille had a crowd to shoot to as well. Now, Wayne Gretzky, when he passed that puck, was looking through the net. His head and his body were behind the net. His stick was to the side of the net. So peering through the net and through people, he put it
Blake dumps it into the middle. That's going to be an offside two-line pass, but the Kings have got on the board. 3-1. Off the face-off from center, it'll be played by the Kings, Marty McSorley. Sorley had it blocked. Benoit Brunet. Brunet trying to move in on a 2-on-1. Couldn't do it. Reichel cleared it out. They was just being held on too long enough to be an icing call as Brisebois comes back to get up. Catches it up. The face-off will come back the other way. $1 million goes to the winner of the Stanley Cup. $625,000 to the loser. There's that. It's a ring in the cup, matter more. You bet.
You know, somebody that really responds to being told he was shut down as Wayne Gretzky. Barry Melrose was not worried about Wayne Gretzky rebounding from an 0 for game 2. No points, no scoring chances. Because if there's one thing that gets Wayne Gretzky going, it's being told that somebody did a great job on him. And Wayne reads the papers like everybody else. Guy Carbonneau in game 2 shut Wayne Gretzky down. You see in this game so far tonight, 10 minutes and 12 seconds of ice time, and that is out of 30 minutes, which isn't all that much, 14 shifts. But remember, the reason Wayne Gretzky had just about half of the game of ice time in game 2, he plays all the special teams. There were 8 LA power plays and 7 Montreal power plays in game 2. There haven't been that many yet here.
Gilbert Dion shot was blocked. Save made by Kelly Rudy. Granado off for Corey Millen. Millen looking. Millen the shot hit the side of the net. Rebounded right behind it. Trying to put it in on the short side. Gretzky has had 10 even strength shifts here today, Bill. And Guy Carbonneau's been out there for 9 of them. Here's Granado. Score!
When in doubt, just keep on attacking. If you're an LA King, Tony Granado turned it over in the neutral zone, skated to the blue line. Now the Montreal Canadiens defense hadn't gotten up in a play yet. Kevin Haller tried to block it. That thing looked like it just kept skipping along the ice right under Patrick Waugh. I don't know what fooled him. That came cleanly through Kevin Haller and right under Patrick Waugh. He wasn't down in the butterfly before the shot was let go. He was in the middle of dropping down, and that's a dangerous place to be, is in the middle when the shot's coming at you. Tony Granado lifted right under him, and this clock has thickened. 3-2.
Unassisted goal at 11:02. His first of this series and his 6th of the playoffs. And you can see Patrick Waugh's reaction after that one in. This one I should have had. You bet. He just had his head down. He banged the stick down on the ice. So, from a 3-0 deficit, the LA Kings have come back to make it a 1-goal game. 3-2. 2 unanswered goals here with 8:53 to go in the second period. That has got the crowd back into the game. Snyder ahead for Guy Carbonneau. Carbonneau dumps it into the corner. Played there by Mark Hardy. And down on the ice, a Canadien getting up. Apparently no penalty. There is none. Someone thought they'd taken a high stick, but no call. Dave Taylor moved in, pushed away to the side. Montreal trying to clear it out of the zone. Ronan's got it. Ronan spins it in from the red line. Kelly Rudy came out to play it. Jitnik will take it in behind the net. Jitnik off the glass. And we'll get a whistle. A couple of minors are going to be coming up here. We'll have coincidentals as 6 got up.
Well, Luc Robitaille knows something about the boards here. They're a little funky and deep. Watch this. This one went straight up in the air when it hit the kick plate. The yellow kick plate bounced over Patrick Waugh's stick, and Pat Conacher just about had himself one. But the boards here are just that funky, and they're unpredictable. Patrick Waugh was expecting that to come off flat, and it didn't come off flat at all, and that's a terrific recovery by Patrick Waugh to get back in there.
He had to come all the way around the net to the other side on the front.
And he just dropped the stick to get there because he wasn't going to make it with the stick in his hand.
He knew what was going to happen. But in the end, still have the lead 3-2, but the Kings that close to getting it tied. Luc Robitaille lost it, picked up by Brisebois. Brisebois got it up. There Dion chipped it, goes into the zone to Sador. Sador behind his own net. The Kings flying here in the second period after they gave up 2 early on. They've gotten the last 2. Yari Curry, Curry to Taylor. Hit the side of the net before Taylor got there. Desjardins picks it up. Eric Desjardins of the Canadiens sees a 4-on-4. So sends it in. Kelly Rudy holds it up. Then with 4:03 left to go here in this second period. It has been a good one. Taylor sends it across ice. Robitaille looking. Fakes it. Had Curry cutting in front. He had him up in the air. Curry thought he was going to shoot. Harry Curry jumped up in the air. Try and set up a screen on it, but he did not shoot it. Brought in Muller. Muller hit by Blake and hard. Hit by Blake again. Gretzky gets the puck. Rob Blake. Cannot say enough about this man's work all year long and in this series. Reichel decked on the far side by Bellows. Held in by Tomas Sansson behind the net, and he got hit and taken down. Every time the Kings try and pick up that physical play, Montreal responds. It's making it a real tough series. Blake around the boards to center. Kings want to get a line change here at the center line. Odeline and Gretzky doing battle. Sampson got it, sent it into the zone. Odeline gives Gretzky a little extra hit on the blue line after the puck had gone in. Near side, LeClaire rather to drop it back to Daigneault. In the middle, LeClaire, McSorley on him, squeezed out of the play. At center, Donnelly, nice pass to Gretzky. Gretzky with Daigneault moving in. Gretzky scores! A perfect shot! A perfect shot by Wayne Gretzky! What a shot by Wayne Gretzky after a perfect setup pass by Mike Donnelly in the neutral zone. Gretzky just got this away in time. Look at the stick of Daigneault come down. He got it over the stick, and it was an end-over-ender, but Gary, it was still a rocket. Look at it. It came out of the net. It seemed faster than it went in. And it was not a flat shot. It almost looked like a knuckleball. Wayne Gretzky's got a good-sized blade on his stick, and he launched a rocket that Patrick Roy never moved on. Granato brings it in. This game is tied. Tony Granato, the Kings, the last 3 goals, have wiped out a 3-0 Montreal lead, have tied this game at 3-3 with 2:26 left to go in the second period. Wayne Gretzky getting the goal, his 15th of the playoffs this season, his second of this series. Donnelly and Hardy the assist at 17:07. It's been Robitaille, Granato, and Gretzky answering Bellows, Dion, and Schneider. Taken away by Zhitnik. And the crowd rocking now here at the Great Western Forum. That'll be touched up by Schneider on the icing. Well, this crowd has gotten used to excellence. Mark Hardy with a nice pass to Mike Donnelly. Look at Donnelly. He had already checked to see where Wayne Gretzky was. Put it right on his tape so Gretzky didn't have to break stride. Now, does this jump up just when he lets it go? I don't know. I think Wayne Gretzky realized he had to chip it up over J.J. Daigneault's stick. What a shot. And remember what I said when Montreal went up 3-0? The LA Kings had him right where they wanted him. Or did I say it the other way around? I thought it was the other way around myself. That's a terrific comeback against a team that really should have been able to play to its strengths, Gary. And they did for a few minutes. 4 guys back in the neutral zone. They got into trouble with mistakes and bad coverage in the neutral zone. And quite frankly, I'm amazed because that is not Montreal at all. A 3-3 game. Gretzky's 110th career league-leading playoff goal. Held in Lyle Odeline. His shot deflected in front. Turnaround went nowhere. Backhand shot deflected off the glass. Just bouncing all over the place now. Guy Carbonneau, Jari Kurri moved in on him. Carbonneau and Kurri do battle in the corner. Ed Ronan and Blake were going at it on the near side. At center, Odeline pushes it away from Robitaille. Kurri had it, lost it to Ronan. There's Jari Kurri. Minute 11 left to go here in the second, and the guys all settle along the boards. A wild second period. Rob Blake was a sensation at Bowling Green. I asked him this morning if he hit as much in college. He said, no, I had the puck all the time. One of his roommates and teammates at Bowling Green is here at the hockey game, Nelson Emerson, who is a terrific player for the St. Louis Blues, and we saw play great games in the playoffs, is here staying with Rob Blake. Norris Trophy winner of the future. There aren't many anymore who are questioning the fact that's going to happen.
Gary, the first two games that Rob Blake played, both offensively and defensively, I put him in a category with back-to-back games like that in a Ray Bork or in a Larry Robinson category. Robinson was Rob Blake's idol growing up, and he got a chance to play with him for a year here before Larry Robinson retired. And Rob Blake, offensively and defensively, is as good as I've seen in a long time.
1 minute left to go here in the second period. Kurt Muller trying to get it out. Bellows has it. Bellows had the first goal in the first period. All the others have come here in the second. Dion and Schneider scored back-to-back early on, and the Kings responding with their three. Robitaille, Gretzky, and Sandstrom. Granato assisted, and Gretzky from Donnelly and Hardy. 38 seconds to go in the second. In the zone, Leclerc centering pass. J.J. Daniel dumped it behind the net. Muller got a piece of it, then he got pinned up along the board, so it's cleared out. This should be an icing call. Nope, they wave it off. Could have been played.
Went through the crease, I think.
Desjardins had to go back to get it. Montreal gets it up in a hurry. Muller's got it. There's still time here. Rudy couldn't play that one. Wraparound shot deflected. John Leclerc's shot was blocked up in the air. At center, Millen with Granato. 5 seconds left. Corey Millen shot. Save made by Waugh. Granato hit first into the board. And Granato shaken up. They are banging the sticks on the board. They've come back to tie this game up. This series is tied at 1 apiece. They're back on home ice for the first Stanley Cup game ever to be played here in Los Angeles. They'd love to have a W to put up on the history books next to that one.
And I can tell you what the Montreal Canadiens were saying in their locker room between periods. They were trying to play a little psychological game with themselves. And I bet you at least one guy said, hey, listen, if somebody told us we could go into the third period here tied, we would have taken it. So forget about the fact that we blew a 3-goal lead, and let's go into this third period happy with the tie.
All right, we are underway. Face-off, Corey Millen took it and won it. Tony Granato's got it. John Leclerc moved in on him. Cleared up and over the glass, and let's take a look at our scoring summary. Lots of it in this game. Started out in the first period. Brian Bellows getting it. 1-0 lead. Holler and Muller had the assist. 10:26. Answered. Dion is sixth at 2:41. Keenan LeBeau, Montreal 2-0. Schneider 3:02. 3-0. Los Angeles in trouble. Here they come. Robitaille at 7:52. Gretzky and Sandstrom. Granato the unassisted to make it a 1-goal game, and Gretzky tied it. His 15th of the playoffs at 17:07.
Do you know what to expect in the third period?
Pretty good hockey game. I'll go with that. Face-off cleared into the corner. Back to get it, Matthew Schneider. Up the boards to Brian Bellows. Bellows had Chitnik move in on him. Chitnik poke checked away, trying to hold it in the zone. Muller stepped up. Canadiens trying to get it out of their own end. Donnelly centered it. Granato was almost there. Brian Bellows moved in and poked it away. Shot 23-21 in favor of Los Angeles now as they came back to the shots in that second period. They outshot the Canadiens 13-9. Rudy to save on Leclerc. Kelly Rudy had Bellows and Leclerc both in front of the net.
Third big scoring chance for John Leclerc.
3-on-3 the other way. Rob Blake trying to knock that one down. Didn't get a stick on it, a little too high for him. J.J. Daniel on the far side. Donnelly moves up, taken by Muller. Near side for Brisebois, just underway here in the third of game 3. This 1-1 series, they wave off any action. Sador's got to go back to get it. Darryl Sador, one of the great young rookies on this team. Wayne Gretzky on the ice. Gretzky looking to the middle of the shot. Saved by Waugh! Gretzky went for the 5-hole. Waugh had to squeeze the pads on it. Gretzky's second shot on goal in this game. He scored on the first one. And the Canadiens will start from behind their own bench. They'll keep changing up the fly. Sandstrom forces to play up the board. Ed Ronan's got it. Ronan wide side. Keith Carbonneau. Carbonneau with Brunet and Ronan. Carbonneau taken out of the play. Centering pass. Ed Ronan in. Ronan had no one to dump it to. Waters forced him behind the net. Keith Carbonneau centering pass. Tip. Sador was there and picked up the stick of Benoit Brunet. Gretzky drops it off for Reichel. Reichel back. Gretzky moving. Gretzky drops it. Sends some shot. Save. Rebound. Reichel. Save by Patrick Waugh. 2 great saves by Waugh. Reichel sitting right in the low slot, found the rebound. 3-on-2 the other way, Brunet. Brunet left it. Waters fell down, but he kicked it out of the zone as he was going down on the ice. by Tim Waters right there.
He made a terrific play on the Sandstrom chance. It was Waters that took a defenseman to the net that allowed Sandstrom to come into the hole and take the pass from Gretzky.
Scoring chances at each end. Keane. Line over line. Over line. Brings it in. Over line drops it. LeBeau saved by Rudy. Big wind up. And a good shot by Stepan LeBeau. Robitaille, the blue liner. Deflected into the corner. Rebound deep. Yari Curry. Curry tied up with his own man. Mike Keane's got it. The McKings are back. Keane, the shot saved by Rudy. Covers the rebound. And we start out in a flurry here in the third period.
Great scoring chances at both ends. John LeClair started it with a chance for Montreal. Wayne Gretzky, Tomas Sandstrom, both with shots, but Stéphane Lebeau took a little peek. He's got such a big blade on his stick. He always gets good wood on it when he comes down to make contact with the puck. And here's Sandstrom's chance that actually hit Warren Reichel in front, and Reichel had one shot at it, too. Watch spin around. He almost had a third shot on net.
6:09 left to go in regulation. Face off to the right of Watt. A big win right there. Carbonell won the draw. Desjardins. Ronan trying to find it. Still sitting there. Cleared up by Gretzky. Shot from the point. Blocked by Reichel. Turnaround, hit the post. Turnaround shot hit the post as the Kings now have trouble getting it out. Rudy makes the save. Again, Brunet. And that's where they'll blow it dead. And you see
Guy Carbonell beating up. Well, Guy Carbonell really got ripped into the boards by Rob Blake, and he was angry. And then Blake crushed him again. The LA Kings now are a little late in picking up their man-to-man coverage. They're reading it right, but they're slow in getting to it. There was a turnover here that cost them off the post. Wow. And then after that, they were just late getting to their coverage.
Benoit Brunet had both chances.
Yep, they were all headed the one way, the LA Kings, on that turnover. But then after the play got into the corner, the LA Kings were a little tentative in picking up their guys.
Both teams mounting flurries offensively. Shots even up here in the third period on the game, 32-31. Can't get much closer than that. Carbonell will stay on the ice. He'll be in there to take the face-off in the offensive zone. Donato setting up with Kelly Rudy on the positioning here for a defensive draw for the Kings. Millen will move in to take the face-off.
Jacques Demers isn't saving Guy Carbonell for Wayne Gretzky.
Wants those face-off wins now, and Carbonell's good at that. Corey Millen comes away with a puck, even though Carbonell really won the draw. Millen, he can fly. The Waterbug lost it at center. Leon brings it back in. Here's Mike Keane with him. Turned around, knocked down. Keane shot blocked. Rebound comes all the way back. Breezewire shot tipped off the stick of Kelly Rudy. Vincent Damphus tipped that in on goal and hit the shaft of the stick of Kelly Rudy. Breezewire, the touch up for the icing. Exactly 1 minute left in regulation play. The last game went into overtime. The Montreal Canadiens have already set a record for the most overtime games in one playoff season with 8. They lost the first overtime game they played. They have won all of them since.
It's incredible that they play more overtime games than non-overtime games.
Patrick Roy, the face-off is in his end. Wayne Gretzky on the draw, lost that draw to Guy Carbonell. Carbonell to get the puck under a minute left to go. But you're looking at time remaining in the third period. Game tied at 3-3. We've had no scoring here in the third. Jitnik at center. Jitnik ahead. He was tipped by Sandstrom. There'll be no whistle here. J.J. Daniel and Gretzky moving up on him. Tipped for Carbonell to center. Jitnik back to get it at the red line. Will dump it back in. He hit the linesman that time. Cleared out. Bellows. Gretzky gets it back. Gretzky sends it in. Wide of Patrick Roy. Eric Desjardins with Sandstrom on him. Reichel moves in. Reichel tried to center, had it blocked. Reichel again dumps it deep. Gretzky going behind the net. Left it for Sandstrom. Sandstrom wants to move it in front. Sandstrom still has a shot. It's behind Roy. No goal. Gretzky's arguing it went in. The light did not come on. Breaks and immediately put his arms out and said no goal.
Wow, is Sandstrom ever getting a rough ride now? From Benoit Brunet. He was getting left to the mouth. How did that puck stay out? That's the second wraparound chance from Tomas Sandstrom, and Warren Reichel was there jamming to get it in. What a terrific move behind the net, too, by Sandstrom to get this thing loose. Then the wraparound. Well, he got it. Oh, it's under Guy Carbonneau. Oh, yeah, Carbonneau was able to get it right under him. So the shot really never did get to Patrick Roy.
That close with 12.9 seconds remaining. Patrick Roy diving to cover Guy Carbonneau because nobody other than a goaltender can freeze that puck up. So he wanted to make sure there was going to be a call on that one.
Oh, look at that. Wayne Gretzky was trying to get his piece in with Terry Gregson, and J.J. Daigneault came behind him, and did he ever get swatted? Now's not the time to mess with anybody. I'll tell you what. Wayne Gretzky wanted that bad. The LA Kings don't want to play overtime if they don't have to. The Montreal Canadiens have used more than 3 lines, just about their 4 lines regularly, which is Jacques Demers style. The LA Kings have just used 3 lines, so you would think that the LA Kings would tire the longer this game would go on, but I'll tell you what, Jari Kurri especially looks like he's got lots of legs left.
You don't get tired in the Stanley Cup Finals till the game's over, do you?
Well, you try not to acknowledge it, but there are some shifts that you just don't have the jump. You just have to keep the shift short. If you got 20 seconds of energy, give your team 20 seconds, and that's it.
Look at Tony Granato going at it right up against the boards. Granato and Matthew Snyder, 21 and 27. This is a huge faceoff. Shipnick will play back. Jari Kurri taking the draw. Montreal in the defensive face-off mode. And yet another win for Guy Carbonneau. Another face-off win. Keane clears it out of the zone. 6 seconds to go. Shipnick sends it in. Knocked down. We are going to overtime yet one more time as regulation's up, and it's a 3-3 game.
This game has been incredible. It has had so many changes of pace. The Canadiens had a stranglehold on the LA Kings, but I guess at this stage of the season, I'm not really sure there is such a thing as a stranglehold because the Kings just squeezed their way out of it.
What a great comeback. 1-0 after 1. Bellows had the goal. Dion and Schneider scored early in the second, 3-0. But Robitaille, Granato, and Gretzky tied this game up. And we are going to overtime, second consecutive game at the end of regulation. Overtime as the Canadiens and the 3-0 lead wiped out. Tony Granato, who can stir up a lot of trouble out on the ice here. Jacques Demers' team trying to pick up the win on the road that would give them the 2-1 edge in the series. Bellows had the first goal of this game, and he has been a factor for Montreal for really the first time in about a half dozen games. This year's playoff overtime, 8 Montreal wins, a new record. Kings are 2-2, having lost, of course, the last game in overtime in Montreal with Desjardins getting the hat trick in that overtime goal. Underway, O'D, first one wins it. Puts up into the bench. That will draw the whistle. Shots are even at 33-33. Montreal 1 for 4 in the power play. Los Angeles 0 for 5.
we have to think that Kirk Muller is due. John LeClair has had a lot of chances, and Wayne Gretzky will have to continue to be a force. This was the goal that tied this game at 3 in the second period. Wayne Gretzky ripped an end-over-end slap shot up over Patrick Roy, who had taken away the low part of the net, but not the high. Here we are.
Mark Hardy sends it in. Gretzky's 15th goal of the series. Stanley and Hardy had the assist on that. LeClair drops it off the center. Canadiens back. Bellows shot deflected. Near side to Muller. Down low. LeClair! Save! Just barely! LeClair! LeClair! Scores! John LeClair! The Montreal Canadiens have won their 9th consecutive overtime game in this year's Stanley Cup playoffs. They defeat the Kings 4-3.
And it was a line that has not been heard from in this hockey game on the score sheet. Kirk Muller, I don't think, has even had a real good scoring chance, but John LeClair started this game with a good scoring chance and had about 4 before this one. This started with a block shot just inside the blue line. The LA Kings had the coverage figured out until the shot was blocked, and once it was blocked, everything broke down. But John LeClair, who had been stopped on 4 good scoring opportunities in regulation, made no mistake when he finally picked up the loose puck. And you know, Kelly Hrudey never recovered and got to his feet. He was on his face for about 10 seconds and couldn't get back up.
Bill, that is the second time in as many games that they have won in overtime in the first minute of the OT.
Now somebody is sitting up there looking over the Montreal Canadiens. The hockey gods have been smiling on them since the playoffs started. Here's the block shot. Now watch. You see the Kings are a little confused because the point of attack changed. Good play by Kirk Muller. The shot by LeClair. Hrudey is down. He goes down again and never gets up. LeClair with the second shot finally pulled it out, and he nicked the post with that. He nicked the post. But what a play by Kirk Muller. When the point of attack changes as drastically as it changed, you really have to scramble to figure out the coverage, and the LA Kings just never got it back. Granato got picked out of the play. Look here, 3 LA Kings in deep, and nobody could get to John LeClair. Bing just nicked the post.
His 3rd goal of the playoffs, but his 1st of this series. And listen to the assists. Muller and Bellows. At the top of this game, we said, who are the forwards that are going to score? Where are the guys who did it all year? Bellows had been chastised by his head coach, Jacques Demers, for not contributing in the first 2 games. He comes into this, gets the first goal of the game and an assist on the game winner. Incredible performance. So, final score in overtime, Montreal 4 and the Kings 3.